Hello everyone. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the first official campaign here on the Bear With Us channel. We have an amazing cast here.
Bear, can you right click off really quick?
No. Continue to block Gibby's face.
Oh, I was gonna say.
and
Oh, I
continue
didn't
to
even
block
realize I was blocked. No, this is perfect.
I love it.
We've already got issues, but it's going great. Love this.
I just noticed that there was like a little thing on John's. I didn't even look at me till now.
Your entire face was like blocked out.
Hello, Ready Player One. That's me. I'm Ali Kataru on Twitch and literally everything else, Instagram, Twitter, which I don't use, Snapchat, you name it. This is my first D&D campaign with Bear as my DM, and I've mostly done a lot of D&D in person, so I'm excited. But hello, everyone. Hi, friends. Can't wait to cause chaos.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Super Gibby. I'm a streamer as well. I'm just kidding. No, I'm Zephyr Scar. I'm also a streamer. If you guys see me in the chat, go ahead, click my name, give me a follow. This is my second time doing a campaign. It's been a year, so I'm kind of rusty. But I do intend on getting really into the RP part of it. I'm really excited to try out this whole voice acting part of it, and I'm happy to be doing it with such a fun cast. So I'm excited. Let's do it. Yeah, that's me. That's done. Yeah. It's a wrap.
Cut.
End scene. I think that goes to you, John.
Yeah, I was waiting for John.
Oh, I mean, I'm not a streamer, so I was just gonna.
We're still doing a voice check.
Introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yourself.
sorry.
Gotta introduce yourself.
I'm John. Been on Bear With Us' channel for a while. All right, next.
That's it.
Word.
I'm John. And that's it.
Yep.
John. All you gotta know about me.
Hi, I'm Gibby. If you don't know who I am, you're obviously new to this channel, so that's all I got.
Who are you?
Wow.
Damn,
Wow.
okay.
Vain as fuck. Let's go.
He's getting
kidding,
into
that was
character
great.
already.
Expecting nothing
Great.
less.
I just
Okay,
realized everybody still has like player one and stuff under their name.
That's beautiful.
So I'm
That's
just
how-
gonna give your streamer names for today, and the next session after everybody's been introduced and stuff, all of your player names will be on there and stuff.
Woo, that feeling when session one, am I right?
Yeah.
I'm Christian. I go by Fantasy Sword 357 online. I used to stream. I might start doing it again. I'm still working out like job situation and stuff. And eventually I'd like to be a voice actor, so I'm going to try and use this as some practice. I've been playing with Bear for God, how long has it been? Almost
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. It's and this man is the greatest DM I've ever played with, so you guys are in for a treat.
Oh Jesus!
I can back that.
Don't say that.
Too late.
I think everybody's in agreement here.
Yeah, you're my favorite DM to play with.
I am also excited to see your DMing capabilities.
All right.
I'm judging you harshly.
Yeah.
Jeez, Ali, we were all saying that without saying it.
Damn.
Way to just come right out.
With that, everyone, I will introduce the campaign. The world of Hylem is one full of adventure and excitement, of love and of tragedy. Legends of the heroes of old, such as Barrio the Helmgiver or Aben Troddengrass. Tales of those who were unsung heroes in events far greater than themselves, such as Gwyneir the Gravewalker or Captain Javier Wellsetter. Epics of vengeful mortals like Alamy Tomver spitting in the face of righteous guilds, and stories of those who have yet to immortalize their name, but inevitably will leave it written next to those before. Join us as we delve into one of the many tales from Hylem. Let me welcome you to the setting of our tale, the Everreach Coast. To the north sprawls the peaceful and beautiful Nimbian Hills. The hills, though peaceful themselves, house a very fun-loving and sometimes rowdy people. The two most notable locations here are the Twigdale Shire and the Vinebrook Shire. Along with the two shires coexists a tribe of barbarians known as the Nimbian tribe. With flowing rivers and rolling hills covered in wildflowers, scenery is never lacking here. To the west lies the Tall Pine Forest. Though mostly inhabited by woodland beasts and monsters, the forest is also home to a few resourceful and hardened folks, such as the Great Eagle Barbarian Clan, a proud and capable clan who, after being pressured from their home in the Golden Orchard, set out to the west to seek a new home. The forest also houses the people of the Tall Pines Alliance. The alliance is fairly new, having only been around for the last 3 decades, but has already made strong ties with their surrounding civilizations via their impressive lumber operation. South of the Tall Pines rests Zana Vlineth, a large stone valley and home to the 4 dwarven clans of the Everreach coast. Though a dimly lit area with not much as far as natural beauty goes, one cannot deny the beauty of the dwarven architecture. From towering keeps carved into the sides of massive rock faces to the breathtaking temples they've built as homage to their gods, the masonry of these dwarves cannot rightfully be denied. Even further to the south, we find the Verald Grasslands and the Neverguard Swamp. The grasslands are seemingly peaceful, but hold a deceitful amount of danger. From rebuilding orc clans to wandering ettercaps or hill giants who've roamed further north than usual, the dangers of the place keep even the surly dwarves on high alert. Inversely, the Neverguard Swamp is much safer than one may think by looking at it, which, in all fairness, is still not very safe. Though protected by the druids of Neverguard, many monsters still roam in the dark dampness of the swamps. The roads, though well enough kept, are widely unguarded. However, if one were to make it to the druid city of Neverguard, they would be more than safe from the dangers of the swamp. Just across the river to the south lies a dead and nameless land. Not much beyond rumors are known of this place, and it is rarely explored, as those who attempt never return. Hopping back across the river to the north, you'll discover the ruggedly breathtaking kingdoms of Ember Lake and the Wayfarer Jungle. The kingdom of Ember Lake is an earth and fire Ganassi kingdom, while their sister kingdom, the Wayfarer Jungle, is made up of air and water Ganassi. Together, these kingdoms have remained neutral in every major conflict that has faced the Everreach coast, opting to stay to their own issues and avoid side-taking. They've had their own battles and wars fought with the beasts and monsters that their harsh environments bring about, but have prevailed thus far, even against the toughest of foes. Towards the middle of the coast, sprouting with life in the most fertile of land, is the Golden Orchard. Earning its name by the vast amount of fruit trees it produces, the Golden Orchard is one of the most sought-after pieces of land along the Everreach coast. Once home to several nomadic barbarian tribes, the orchard now finds itself home to only one. Due to years of war, most of the barbarian clans have either moved away from the orchard or have been killed off by sword or by hunger. Even with the ever-growing number of settlements within the grove, the Stormraven clan has remained. This is made possible due to 2 things mostly: stubbornness and their connections to the Thunderaxe dwarf clan. However, tensions continue to grow as more recent attacks from the Empire of the Cities of Flame threaten to snuff out the last remaining light in this dwindling clan. Heading east a short distance from the Golden Orchard leads you to the very impressive Cinder Wall. Within this massive feat of architecture lies the glowing empire of the Cities of Flame. The empire is made up mostly of the 4 cities of flame: Ursander, Addison, Neldenderson, and Contison. Each of these coastal cities holds an abundance of diverse opportunities, commodities, and pleasures. These highly productive and fast-growing cities, though beautiful in their own right, are not without consequence. Overpopulation at one point almost doomed the empire, and the threat of it lingers once more. Because of this, the Empire has begun sending settlements into the Golden Orchard and slowly pushing the barbarian clans who remain further towards extinction. Meanwhile, within the city, crime rates continue to grow and the City Watch have begun to take more drastic measures to fight against its spread. Harsher punishments for crime have been instated, and crime families' retaliation grows in return. It seems for every murderer that's hung at the gallows, 2 city watchmen are found in the sea. It's in that very sea where this tale truly begins, on a small entertainment vessel called Neptune's Jubilee. The vessel had departed that morning and was taking what is known as the Island View route. The route normally takes from sunup to sundown and is favored by those looking for a leisurely day on the sea. It's here that our soon-to-be adventurers all find themselves on this fateful day. Amongst the bustling deck of the busy tourist ship, two individuals find themselves alone near the main mast of the ship. John and Zephyr, would you please describe your characters?
I am Zephyr Scar, a man of honor, a man who has been lost to many things in his life. However, given my circumstances, I do find myself to be a little bit on the appreciative side, for I still have my jowls. I am excited to get on with this adventure and to start anew and to see what this world has to offer. I'm a tall, slightly burly, a little bit more on the lanky side, on depending on the lighting. However, I am cloaked in my shiny chainmail and covered in nothing but the finest of silk. And that shall describe me for now.
All right.
How the fuck am I supposed to follow that up? God damn it.
What,
That wasn't that great of a description.
What race are you playing, Zephyr?
Oh, thank you for pointing that out. I'm a human variant. I'm a human variant paladin. You might call me. Some refer to that as a class. I'm not necessarily a classist, so I don't really consider myself the paladin, but I'm a paladin nonetheless.
Jesus.
And apparently I have quite the humor, but it's not my full intent. I take things seriously in this world. On to you, John.
5 foot tall, extremely beefy dwarf. 2 warhammers on my back. Wearing a pretty nice looking robe. Playing a barbarian.
With most of the passengers looking over the rail at the islands in the distance, you've finally managed to slip away from the crowd. This being the first break you've gotten from your guard duties on this trip, you sit against the mast to enjoy a small meal and a bit of conversation.
Car, we've known each other for quite some time now. And I've always come to like your friendship, but I feel like something's been really weighing on me.
Oh yeah?
No, I'm just kidding. I can't add to the story. That's kind of weird. I'm not the dungeon master. Anywho, the ship is quite beautiful, and I'm really excited to be here with you right now. I don't want to progress the story, and I don't really know how to.
Oh no!
How to continue this adventure?
You are perfect. So this is perfect learning opportunity. Improv, man. I will improv in return. You can converse about anything. Doesn't have to progress the story in any way, but it also can. Just
Is this when we talk about our origins?
if you want to in the first conversation of session 1, go for it, man. But I mean, no. If you guys want to talk about the weather,
for that.
if you want to talk about what you're doing when you get done, if you just want to talk about the job you're doing itself, whatever, any conversation you would like to hold.
I know that we are currently on a ship, and we are at sea, and we're supposedly doing guard stuff. And I'm happy that it's with you. I reach for Takar's hand. Just kidding.
What are you doing? Knock that shit off.
Sorry.
The rocking of this boat already has me nauseous. I don't need you making me nauseous
no,
too.
I lost my balance. I'm sorry.
Lost his balance sitting down. Amazing.
Takar, I feel like I'm grasping at straws. I need your backup.
I'm sorry. So I can't breathe.
It's getting hot in here. It's getting so hot in here. I told myself I was gonna stay in character, but it's so hard. This is so good.
It's session 1. This is learning. It's okay.
We haven't even started. I'm laughing my ass off. Oh. Ooh. I go back for John's hand. I'm just kidding.
What did I tell you about that? Knock that shit off.
I'm sorry. The swaying of the water is getting me quite frazzled. In the nether regions. Anywho,
The person that we're supposed to be guarding here, you really think they'll be able to help us?
I think if they can't help us, I don't know if we have any other choices. But we have to do this. We have to stop this madness that's been occurring.
Wouldn't it just be easier to bash some heads together?
Sometimes taking the brutal route isn't the right route.
Seems like the right route to me.
Well, my friend, I'm the lawful good. I could talk about this kind of stuff. Okay, friend.
You with that high and mighty shit again.
I know. The pedestal that I'm on is quite heavy. The crown I should be wearing is quite heavy. Anywho, this is quite the interesting thing that we've embarked on. And I'm really excited for this. But I really hope it takes us to the places that we need to go.
Well, I hope it at least turns out to be useful.
I have a feeling our good friend will give us some use. We can make use of them and what they have to offer. Anywho.
Your conversation, and unfortunately your break, is suddenly cut short as you begin to hear a large ruckus coming from the starboard side of the ship.
Whoa, what is that? Should we go check it out?
Hopefully it's a deck brawl.
Well, I know you love that kind of stuff. I'll stand watch.
As you near the scene, you begin to hear shouts of "Man overboard!" and "Somebody help them!" As you reach the rail of the ship, you can see what appears to be a small child floundering in the water about 100 feet from the side of the ship. Another cry of "Someone do something!" resonates from the crowd, while crew members are shouting, "Slow down and prepare to drop the anchor!" What do you do?
Cara, let's do something.
Well, I'm not jumping in there, are you?
If I have no choice.
You know
Let's
you're
see if
gonna
we can-
sink like a rock, right?
No, we're gonna see if we can find something we can throw overboard to throw to the kid.
Oh. I suppose that is a smarter idea.
Maybe our DM could throw us a bone. I mean, the gods.
Well, you know, you can just use that rope that's strapped to the side of your backpack.
Oh goodness, you were right. I want to fashion this into a loop and throw it out there.
So you fasten the rope into a loop, tossing it over the side, and it falls about 50 feet short of the person in the water, as they are about 100 feet away, and you have 50 feet of rope on your backpack.
Pull it back in here. I'll tie mine to it as well.
Actually, Gibby, go ahead and make me an athletics check as the first roll of the campaign.
Oh, this is setting a
We're
lot.
breaking
of standards for
tradition.
me. This is setting a lot of standards for me. I'm kind of scared. What are the odds you said acrobatics and not athletics?
Pretty slim.
Okay, well,
So
that
you're
is
telling
a-
me there's a chance.
So that is a 8.
An 8. As the rope hits the water, you watch as the small figure in the distance begins trying to swim towards the rope, but effectively just flounders more ferociously in the water. Though they near the rope, they're going at a very slow pace, and at this point, it's becoming hard to tell whether or not they're going to make it to the rope or drown before they get there.
Okay, I know what I have to do. I need to channel my divinity as the peerless athletes, which gives me advantage on athletics and acrobatics checks. But first, I need to strip down, so I'm not weighed down by my armor. Should I possibly roll to make a jump towards this child? And potentially swim and catch them. And
Yeah,
drag them into safety?
absolutely. So you don't have to roll to jump into water, but making the swimming check once you've hit. And you said that you're going to take your chainmail off first.
Yeah.
Takar, will you be assisting him with that?
Zakara's just gonna drop his hammers on the deck and then jump in.
Okay, because chainmail does take a few minutes to take off. So
Like
as
looks
you're-
over,
as
sees
you're
his friends start
undoing-
taking it off, and he just is like clunk, clunk, splash.
Yeah, as you're like undoing your straps, you just hear a splash into the water and look up to see it as your surly dwarven friend has jumped over the side of the boat and is now swimming towards the small figure in the sea.
Ha, I knew that would get him to jump in. He always has to one-up me.
As you approach the small person splashing in the water, Takar, you notice that though small they are, they don't appear to be very young at all. Gibby, would you please now describe your character?
All right. You're seeing a 3'3" gnome with a very long beard, bushy unibrow eyebrows. Probably the ugliest gnome you've ever seen in your life.
Oh god, it's
'Cause I've
hideous.
seen
Leave it out
so
there.
many gnomes. The hell's wrong with you? Your mom not teach you how to swim?
I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh.
Ah, Jesus. Grab on and I'll swim you back.
Zorb just grabs on.
Go ahead and make an athletics check, Takar.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So the extra weight added by this small person on your back, you figure is mostly due to the fact that their clothes are sopping wet, as it doesn't add much at all. Swimming back to the boat is fairly easy, and as you arrive, a rope ladder has been tossed down over the side by the time you get back, and your ascent up into the ship becomes much, much easier from there.
I reach over to the side of the boat and help them up with my hands, just to get them on board faster. And the gentlemanly thing to do.
Still armor is fully restrapped now. You're like, oh, I didn't see a point in this.
No. I never actually took it off. It was the trick. It was a trick.
Oh,
to
you
Car to jump
grabbed
in.
the strap and then he jumped in.
Yeah.
Works every time.
Yeah. It had to be really convincing. If anything, I should have done a charisma check.
Oh,
But
amazing.
Ugh.
All right. Meanwhile, underneath the deck, another individual sits in their room preparing for their performance that is quickly approaching. As you look in the mirror on the vanity table, provided specially by the owner of the ship, GT Embermain, Fantasy, would you please describe your character?
Absolutely. So I am playing an Emerald Dragonborn she is about 5'8", 5'9", and she is currently buttoning up a vest and fastening a cloak around as she seems to be getting into some sort of costume. A small white dove with pure golden eyes lands on the table next to her, and she reaches over and pets it absent-mindedly as she looks in the mirror and makes sure that she has all of her buttons done up and is ready for the show.
As you finish preparing your looks, you can hear shouting from above and feel as the boat quickly begins to slow. Not enough to throw things about, but enough that you stumble for a moment before regaining your balance. As you hesitate, bracing yourself against the bed, you feel as the ship slowly comes to a halt.
I glance up curiously at the ceiling, wondering what on earth is causing this sudden stop. And without even thinking about it, my hand sort of goes down to my side, reaching for something that isn't there, and my eyes dart over towards my pack where I have my casual clothes. But then I shake my head and go back to making sure that I'm ready to perform. Grab my wand and put my top hat on and start getting, running through my routine in my head.
Okay. You spend a few moments mentally preparing, going through the performance stage by stage, event by event, and there is a soft tapping at the door a few moments into your mental rehearsal. Excuse me, Mrs. Hoodney.
It's just Miss Darling, but please come in.
My apologies, ma'am. The door opens and there's a very lanky human male there. A very scraggy blonde hair, though you can tell he's done his best to try to fix it up before entering into your room. I'm so sorry to bother you, but there's been a bit of a ruckus up aboard on the upper decks, and it seems as though they're wanting to move your performance up just a few moments to help calm everybody back down.
Well, I suppose it's a good thing that I always get ready for performances early then, isn't it?
I do suppose so, ma'am.
When you say move it up a bit, do you mean now, or...?
You still have a few minutes, but they're thinking within maybe the next 20 minutes or so.
It'd be perfectly doable.
Also, they said your presence aboard the deck may help calm some of the people up there as well. Just a sign that everything is all right.
I do like a little eyelash flutter at him. I'm flattered to hear that.
He kind of awkwardly tucks his puts his one hand over his other wrist and looks at the ground. Anyways, I was just supposed to come let you know, so whenever you're ready, ma'am. And he turns and quickly makes his way out.
I chuckle softly to myself and go back and make sure everything is in my pack and stowed away properly, and my hand lingers on a flask in there before I close my eyes and take a deep breath and just pull some clothes back over it. And I don't believe I have anything else to do at the moment, so...
Heading to the upper deck then, or still chilling in your room?
I'll stay chilling in my room for a little bit. Actually, I do. I look over at the dove, who is now holding a pair of gloves in her beak, and just sort of smack myself on the forehead lightly. Of course. Thank you, Bianca. And I will reach over to my left hand where there is a small ring with a blue gem in it that is cracked and almost and cloudy, and pull that off and set it in my pack and pull on the gloves.
All right.
But then I will just chill in my room.
Up above, way above, sitting atop the main mast, is a small hooded creature who's sitting enjoying a piece of steak they had earlier liberated from the kitchen. Allie, would you mind describing your character?
Of course. So my character is roughly 4'4", dark in color, so think dark gray to black, with bright red eyes, and she is a sanguine nectar, so a little bat. Uh, and she tends to be very straight-laced, straight-faced. So she's just kind of overlooking all of the commotion while it's happening, judging if she should help or just continue eating her steak, which she values greatly.
You've been perched up there for a while now. How long you aren't really sure, but it was long enough to see a small person splash into the ocean. Long enough to watch as a surly dwarf swam out to the person's rescue, and long enough that you watched as the crowds of people gathered around to see where this gnome, as you've heard them called, came from. You, however, didn't need to ask, as you swear you saw them fall from the sky. What would you like to do?
The gnome fell from the sky? Sorry.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'm gonna, and so I'm watching them swim out to them, correct?
They're
Like
just
currently?
getting back, like climbing up the rope ladder at this point.
Oh, I'm gonna sit and watch. I'm a
Okay.
people watcher.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Luna's gonna sit on her little perch, munching on her little steak, watching what happens, slightly mocking them in her head for being so foolish as to fall overboard on a ship. But still making sure everyone's okay and she's not needed.
Okay. Yeah. So, back to you, Fantasy. As you're sitting there finishing your final preparations, you can hear a bit more of a commotion rising from the upper deck, and as it has been a few minutes, you start thinking to yourself, maybe it's time to head up, at the very least make an appearance, help calm some of the nervousness aboard the top deck of the ship.
Well, I can't have the audience get too riled up before the show. So I stand up and start making my way towards the door. Come along, darling. And the dove flutters over and lands on her shoulder.
Okay. The trip to the stairs is a short one, as you've been given a room just off to the side. The sounds of many speculating voices begin to fill your ears as you make your way up to the deck. Opening the door at the top of the stairs, the voices grow much louder, to a point it's hard to focus. But, on the plus side, the sun's been covered by some darker clouds, making the transition from below much more graceful on your eyes. Though people all over the ship are in various hushed conversations, most of the focus appears to be towards the starboard side of the ship, where you can see a large dwarf and a human helping a very wet and very irate gnome out of apparently the sea.
Are you guys okay? And what are you doing in the water?
That's a good question.
You dare talk to me like that, mortal? Do you not know who I am?
I'm sorry to offend thee, but I don't know who you are.
I'm about
My
to
name
throw
is
you over the
Corvus
side
Adal.
again.
My name is Zorbus Adar Ruyer from the celestial plane of Dweomerheart. You will speak to me with respect.
Did you say celestial?
No, I said my name is Zorbus Adar Ruyer from the celestial plane of Dweomerheart mortal.
A
You
lot
will
to take
speak
in.
to me with respect.
You said Zorbus Adal Rare?
First
Zorbus
off,
lets
you're
off
gonna learn
a
how to
very
talk.
frustrated sigh. My name is Zorbus Adal Ruyer from the celestial plane of
Yeah. We
Dweomerheart.
got it. We got it.
I'm gonna call you my little Zorb. Okay, listen here, buddy. You should not be hopping in the water like that. It's not safe. These waves can take you under.
Where am I?
You're on a ship, dumbass.
And it appears to be an entertainment vessel.
Zorbus looks around, a little confused as to like where he's at.
This is a ship. We're on a ship currently. We're on water.
You mindless mortals, I understand. What am I doing here?
You gotta calm down, bro. There could only be one of us on a high pedestal here.
Sounds like we should be asking you that question.
Yeah, what were you doing in the water? How did you get there? If you weren't on this ship, we're pretty far out of sea.
Why are you looking down on me, mortal?
Because you're short.
I kneel down. I kneel to his level. Listen here. We need to get some answers, dude. Something's going on. How did you get out all the way to the center? We're basically in the middle of the ocean. No, there's barely any land in sight. And you mean to tell me that you're from a celestial plane?
Yes, I am from the celestial plane of Dweomerheart.
Okay, cool. How did you end up in the water?
Zorvis starts looking around in like a little bit of a panic, thinking that this is like a nightmare or something, and he runs away from them and just kinds of like panicking, like, what am I doing? Like, just this can't be, and he's just running around looking for any signs of this is like a dream or a nightmare.
Oh, he's a quick little one. Oh, let's see if we can grab him. We gotta calm him down. We gotta calm him.
Is now a good time for
Whatever. Yeah, you're watching all of this take place.
Luna's gonna swap in.
Okay.
Fly in down to Zorbus, very calmly, and tell everyone to shut up. So, everyone shut the fuck up.
Excuse you.
And I'm gonna calmly ask, Zorbus, Zorbus, did you come from the celestial plane just now?
I should be in the celestial plane.
What happened before you got here? What do you last remember?
I don't know. And like, Zorvis starts like puts his hands on his head, and then he starts feeling around.
Are you missing something?
And he starts like panting.
Are you injured?
He's like freaking out. He looks like he wants to cry.
Okay, wait. I know what I have to do. I need to cast a spell of heroism on him. This will help him from his fear. He seems to be in a panic.
Just ask him questions. Calm him down.
We gotta calm him down.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did you come from?
I was eating. Don't be rude. I was having my lunch.
This is the one that just told me to shut the fuck up.
You guys are making Zorbus more stressed. I think the answer is calm. We need to just simply ask him questions and make sure he's not a threat to the boat.
Oh, because that worked so well when you did it.
I'm getting further than you are.
Oh, Zorbus, while they're arguing, Zorbus is gonna run away and look for a mirror.
Okay. So as you two are, as the three of you are kind of having a debate / discussion of what to do with this dwarf, you look down and see that the dwarf is no longer in front of you. And as you
Gnome.
quickly,
Gnome.
sorry, gnome is no longer in front of you. And as you all kind of like quickly glance around, you can see him towards the back of the boat, just staring like with this horrified expression on his face into the reflection of the glass on the window. Like of the captain's quarters area.
Zorbus, are you missing something from your fall?
Great mystical manifest! What happened to my beauty?
Oh, you're ugly. Okay, got it.
Oh, is that all?
Okay, well, why don't we show Zorbus to a restroom where a room he can tidy up in and calm down? No? Yes? No?
That's not my job.
It's not my job.
I guess I could take the little guy to a restroom.
Go
Here,
ahead.
take my hand, Zorbus. Let me help you.
Zorbus is like when he tries to reach for his hand, and Zorbus pulls. I don't need your help, mortal, and just starts walking.
Where are you walking
Just
to?
because he's small doesn't mean he's a child.
Well, I'm sorry, okay? From where I'm from, you're supposed to help people in need.
Okay, well, you don't gotta quit trying to hold everyone's hands.
Okay. I'm overly
Yes,
affectionate.
Yes.
I loved. Okay,
Luna,
I loved my
Luna-
mom.
Luna definitely saw the awkward interaction between Zephyr and Takar earlier. Oh, that is amazing.
I love my mom where I'm from. She has taught me to show love and become passion for others. I'm sorry it comes off as demeaning to you.
To show
The car
love.
is just looking at you with an extremely confused face, like, what?
I'm sorry, but my man's just said to show love and become passion.
Okay.
Listen, we come all over the place with passion.
Okay, Takar, do you know if there is a free room anywhere
By the
on
way,
the
if
boat?
you haven't noticed, mature stream, guys.
You should have had to click accept to get here, so...
Yeah,
Okay,
like a
yeah.
mature setting.
We're gonna help Zorbus avoid the cum everywhere.
Welcome
Takar, do you know if there are any open rooms we can escort Zorbus to? I am only familiar with the mast of the boat and the kitchen. So,
Yes, Takar, you would know of some empty rooms on the ship. All the rooms on this ship are fairly nice, but you do know of a few empty ones, mainly because when you guys boarded as like security for this voyage, you were shown which rooms were occupied, which rooms weren't, so that you guys could opt to take a break in one of the open rooms should you get the opportunity to have one.
Yeah, I know where one of them is.
great. Let's go help our friend not be ugly.
Gonna take a lot of work.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know if I can really help out there.
Well, baby steps. Baby steps.
As
I'm just gonna return to my mast.
Oh, okay.
I'm
So you're
leaving.
gonna
I'm
give the
done. My
suggestion
job's
and then you're
done.
leaving.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna go back to watching the sea and getting back into character.
So everyone leaves Takar with Zorbus.
How did this happen? The two little ones together.
I'm also little.
I was gonna say, I believe
don't
I'm
count.
taller than Ali is.
You are.
I'm an extremely tall dwarf.
You're definitely taller than me.
Yes, I would say. I mean, I think you're pretty average.
We had a very stumpy party. Mhm.
All right, child with a god complex. Let's go get you cleaned up.
I thought you said child with a gun.
I thought you did too at first. I was
No.
like, where'd that
What?
come from?
I was like, what?
That is a big problem where I'm from.
He's like, I don't see that on my character sheet. What?
Did I find out? Did I just find out I have a gun?
Where
I
I'm
am
from,
no
the gods
child.
have guns.
Well, you look like one.
So,
Zorvis
go
lets
ahead.
off a little weep about being hideous.
Takara, as you make your way towards the stairs to the lower deck, your the gnome that you've just rescued from the sea, the very defeated expression, kind of staring at his feet, mumbling to himself as you go, follows closely behind. Sometimes you're not even sure how they're still navigating through the crowd, as they have not lifted their eyes once, as though they are just lowering their head in shame. You make your way to the stairs leading down to the lower deck where the rooms are. And as you pass through, making your way down, you very narrowly avoid kind of bumping into this dragonborn lady as she steps out onto the upper deck as you are just starting to kind of head down through the door. There's kind of an awkward little exchange.
Pardon me.
You do.
Excuse me, extremely sad gnome coming through.
You do recognize the Dragonborn, which is due partially to the fact that there aren't a ton of Dragonborn around this area, but also you have, in the only performance that you've ever seen in the city of Ursander before leaving on this trip, you did watch her perform a previous night. You know her as Kennever Hoodney. What you do with that information is entirely up to you, but you do
Yeah,
recognize
he don't really
her.
care.
Yeah.
Well,
He's upset that he's on babysitting duty right now.
I look down at the described sad gnome. Well, I hope you feel better, darling. And I will continue up the stairs.
Making your way down into the lower decks, you can make your way towards the end of the hallway, as normally they they fill the ship up with passengers starting at the front and working their way back, ordered to be varied depending on how much someone is willing to be, how much coin someone is willing to part with. But with that in mind, you head all the way to the back, finding an empty room towards the back of this hallway of these rooms. Entering with the keys that you've been given for being on the security detail. Inside, it's very empty. The bed is well made. Furniture's pretty lacking. You would guess that had this been reserved, it would look a lot nicer. But though fairly barren, the room's still a fairly nice room. You and the very sad gnome enter into this this empty yet elegant room.
Well, here you are. I suppose you can stay in here until somebody with more authority than me can figure out what the fuck to do with you.
Zorvis trying his best, like he's just more just defeated right now, thinking like this is like a dream. He's he just stands there, just head down, walks past him, and like sits on the bed, looks over, That will be enough, mortal. I will fetch you if I need you.
Right. The car just shuts the door and leaves. It's just like, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Back on the upper deck, Zephyr, you are approached by a man you recognize as being the one who's kind of in charge of the security on the ship, Captain Morrison, who steps up to you. Okay, I'm very lost. I wasn't here when all of this happened. There's something about a gnome who thinks there's some sort of divinity. Can you fill me in?
I think it's already complicated for me. So there's a gnome that apparently fell from the sky, claims to be a celestial, ugly as hell. My dwarven friend jumped overboard. He's soaking wet. He went downstairs. They're doing things downstairs. I don't know what. There's like this weird bat thing that kind of flew down from. She's up there. She's way up there. You can see her just barely.
He like
She's so
cranes
small.
his neck backwards and looks up. All right.
I don't know. There's a lot, okay? And then on top of everything, we're supposed to be getting entertained. There's supposed to be a musician here or something. What is happening in this ship? We're supposed to just be guarding.
He goes from this very like inquisitive demeanor to like this almost like taken aback but also like fatherly demeanor as he like sets a hand on your shoulder. Okay, all right, it's
Now, son.
it's gonna be okay there.
Put my hand on his. No, I'm kidding.
You're gonna get your hands cut off if you keep this up.
All right, I just had a few questions. I can see that the situation has you a little bit flustered at the moment. So, tell you what, why don't you head to the kitchen, get yourself a cup of mead to smooth the nerves a little bit. I'll tell your dwarven friend. You said he was downstairs, putting him in where? They were just downstairs, or was he taking him to a room, or?
They took him to a room to look at a mirror or something. I don't know.
What?
He was going on about something about his appearance. I'm like, dude, beauty's on the inside. Anyways, it's a whole thing.
The dwarf was talking about how he looks?
No, sorry, the gnome. I'm gonna go grab
the
a cup
gnome.
of mead.
Yeah,
mead
good
sounds
idea.
delicious.
I'll head
I'm
downstairs.
gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah,
Maybe have 3 or 4.
I might. You might not be able to recognize me after this.
What?
Nothing. I'm gonna go grab some mead.
Oh, okay. You can put it on my tab, son.
There's tabs. I've just been taking mead this whole time.
I didn't hear you say that. And he turns and starts walking towards the stairs to the lower deck.
Oh my goodness.
As he passes by you, Kennever, he kind of gently bows. Milady. Continues on his way.
Smile, and I'm going to try and find Mr. Embermane.
No, Mr. Embermane, sorry, is not aboard the ship. He's the owner of the ship.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
mistake.
Yep. No worries. As you are turning to, like you're just about to get back to the stairs to car, and the door opens, and you see as Captain Morrison starts making his way down the stairs. To car, right?
Yeah.
Where's the ugly gnome?
That was rather rude.
That's the only description I have of him. It's ugly and gnome.
I put him up in room A1.
Perfect. You know, it's awfully weird they number the rooms that way. A letter and a number. I never understood that. But
I think the letter refers to the floor and the number refers to the room.
are you looking for a full-time job? I could use someone with your intelligence.
I wouldn't call myself intelligent, and no. Continues to walk up the stairs.
Kind of walks by like kind of like finger up in the air like all right, and takes off down the hallway to room A1 where Zorbus, you hear a clicking sound as the key turns in the lock and the door opens, and you see a very tall, bald, like completely shaven bald head, probably like 6'2", 6'3", so much taller than you, human enter, very sharp goatee, wearing chainmail, a long sword at his hip. I'm Captain Morrison. Would you mind answering a few questions for me?
Sure thing, mortal. Just come in.
No, Morrison. And he turns and like closes the door behind him as he walks in.
All the time.
I didn't think it was that hard of a name. Turns back around, pulls up a stool next to the bed you're sitting on. All right, so you were just out in the middle of the sea. Do you care to explain how you got there?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not convinced that this is just a dream. And he just looks over at a mirror and or a nightmare. My beauty is gone. I'm hideous.
Well,
I'm one of the ugliest mortals ever.
I wouldn't go that far. I've seen some pretty ugly chaps in my day. I wouldn't even put you in the top 10. He like pats you on the knee like that's supposed to make you feel better.
Maybe 11.
All right, so you don't know how you got here. Where are you from?
I am from the celestial plane of Dweomerheart.
Well, that's not on Everreach Coast. Which continent is that on?
And he just looks at him like he's stupid, and it goes a little slower. I'm from the celestial plane of Dweomerheart.
Right. And he like pulls up his notepad. He's like, okay, so continent of Dweomerheart, question mark.
No.
Country
Celestial
of
plane
celestial
of Dweomerheart.
celestial plane? Is that like an area or is that an actual country?
It's
Like, is it the
the
celestial?
celestial plane.
Yeah, like a grasslands type situation, or generally that's pronounced plains, but you know. Anyway, I think you may need to see the ship nurse. I will send them your way. I think you may have hit your head, though on what I'm not exactly sure. What was your name again?
My name is Zorbus Udal Ruier from the celestial plane of Dweomerheart.
Zorb. I didn't.
Zorbus Udal Ruier.
Right. He like scratches on his notepad. If you could see the notepad, you would see that he is just scribbling right now, and definitely not writing all of that down. But he finishes with his notes and goes like kind of does the old knee slap. Well, I'd better get the nurse down here. This seems like a bit of an emergency. I didn't see your name anywhere on the list, so you are gonna have to pay for this room. Sorry. And he turns and opens the door, closes it behind him, and starts making his way down the hall.
What a fucking business model. We'll save you from drowning if you pay us.
No. It's we'll save you from drowning, but then you pay us. Doing anything special, Zorbus?
Zorbus pulls out a metal cup. And I think I have to roll every time I try to take a sip out of it. Each time you drink. Roll a d20 on 1. The bottle refuses to dispense coffee for the next hour.
I would laugh so hard if you rolled a nat 1 right now. Just to top off the day you're having.
That would
It's a
be
12.
fantastic.
12, okay.
Damn it.
That's not a nat 1, but acceptable.
So Zorbus is just drinking coffee. It's like the perfect temperature coffee every time he takes a sip.
All right. Amazing. As things slowly begin to calm down on the deck of the ship, a well-dressed man in a cloak of vibrant greens and pinks begins making an announcement. As he does so, several others begin setting up seating for the show that is about to take place. You guys are welcome to find a seat or stay seated in your various arrangements. It's completely up to you.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
stay
go
on the
sit next
mast.
to. I'll sit next to the car.
Mhm.
I'll have my nice mug of mead that I did pay for this time.
But by paid for, did you actually pay for it, or did you put it on Morrison's tab?
Oh, I forgot he said I could do that.
You get me some?
Yeah, this one's yours. I hand it to him.
Why, thank you.
What a friend.
Meanwhile, I've probably downed 5 by now. I'm okay. I'm okay.
You've down 5 meads.
Oh God.
Just say yes. Just say yes. It has to be. We have to keep tradition.
Come on, we've already broken tradition, but we can fix it.
You're supposed to round down, right? So yeah,
So 7. Go ahead
Sure.
and make me a Constitution saving throw.
First saving throw of every campaign has to be a
Has to
con
be
saving throw for alcohol.
About drinking.
It's a tradition.
I roll a d20, right?
Correct.
Yes.
D20, and then you add your Constitution save modifier.
7, and then what's my save modifier? What is
It
that?
should be
my Constitution.
So your Constitution, you should have a score, and then it should, like, for checks, and then you should have underneath it or beside it. I'm not sure how D&D Beyond works. It should say con save, and that, depending on your proficiencies, could be
It'll be underneath it.
Oh,
There's a whole section for saving
It's a
throws.
it's a chew. So I rolled a 9.
a 9. Yeah. So
Going
as
up.
he hands you the mug
Wait up,
of
No,
wait
you
up,
mead,
didn't.
hold up.
No, you
And
didn't.
rolled a 17
You rolled
on
a
the die, my
17.
friend.
No, a 7, and then my Constitution save is 2, so 9.
The dice you rolled on roll 20 says it's a 17.
Oh, I'm kind of fucking blind. Okay,
It's all good.
where do you see that?
in the chat.
Oh, it does say that. Okay, so 19.
Do you have
I rolled a 19.
do you have the 3D dice turned on?
Yeah,
Were you looking
It
at the
looks like
die
shit.
and it was crooked?
it looks like shit. I was like, I'm gonna go with the
Yeah,
lesser
yeah.
number.
The 3D dice are really nice on Roll20. Shout out Roll20. But yeah, when it's cocked, it is entirely impossible to tell which number it is unless you look at the chat. So
Okay. Yeah, so I rolled a
a
17.
17, so a 19. That is a much different situation.
Terrible.
You can tell he's like slurring a word or two here and there, but not. He's definitely not. I wouldn't say drunk at this point. You've seen him put meat away before. He's been living, relatively near you, and a very similar lifestyle to what you lived, and you guys have kind of raised his constitution score a little bit in that matter.
Let's just say I've had a pretty good constitution even before I met you. All right. Yeah. So 19. Feel pretty good. I have a good buzz going, but I'm not like inebriated.
Perfect. That's.
So here's my mug. I don't need this one.
I don't want to push it over the edge. I'm gonna write it out.
Yeah, Takar takes it and just chugs the whole thing.
Absolutely. All right, and where are you guys at on the ship right now?
I'd say we're probably towards the back. Not necessarily in the crowd, but just kind of towards the back and kind of looking over things maybe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keeping an eye
Let's
out.
do that.
All right.
Running security.
Sounds good. As the announcement reaches its climax, most of the people have taken seats and quieted down in anticipation of the show to come. Gather round, you mustn't miss a sight or sound. Pay attention and pay much heed. Let your eyes not distract lest they be deceived. Keep your senses focused and listen closely to every sound, for you never know what to expect when the grand illusionist, Hoodney, is around. A chorus of cheers and claps erupts from the audience, Kennever, as you begin to make your way onto stage.
So this smoke begins to roll on stage from off stage and just sort of gather in the center until it's a very thick cloud that sort of coalesces and swirls into this large pillar, which then just very quickly drops and dissipates. And she's just standing there with her arms out, her cloak billowing dramatically.
The cheers and applause continue as you take your spot on the stage, and then the crowd quickly begins to slow and quiet as you begin into your performance.
Welcome, friends. I'm so glad to see so many of you out here tonight. I hope you're ready for quite the show. If you'll excuse me a moment as I just clear my throat and I lean my head back and just take a deep breath and blow out this stream of sparkles that then just sort of fall to the ground in front of me. Like almost like the night sky is falling down around me.
There's some audible gasps and reactions of mostly positive reactions as you gauge the audience. A few claps and muffled cheers. And you kind of think to yourself, oh, easy to please crowd, perfect.
When that happens, all right. So, first, I believe, let's start with a classic. And I will take off my top hat and show it to everybody. Reach my hand in, pull it back out. Nothing in there, right?
You hear a collection of, yeah, looks empty to me.
Yet, and I take out my wand, which looks like your classic stage wand, like the black cylinder with the white tip at the end, and trace it around the rim. I think you'll find, if you look a bit closer, and a dove flies out of the hat.
Another round of audible gasps, and people very, very impressed by this this simplest of your illusionary tricks. Some people even like standing up out of their seats clapping, and you just the whole time thinking to yourself like, oh, this is easy money.
Perfect. And the dove flies away. Luna, you would probably see it fly over and land on a section of the mast below you. For this next trick, I could use a bit of help from one of you in the audience. Do I have any volunteers?
Just a few murmurs, and finally, like a couple people at the same time shoot their hands up in the air.
I'll go for the one on the right.
The one on the right. All right. Kind of a young half-elven man who's kind of like just standing, like jumping, making himself even more noticeable than everyone else, as he's a tad bit shorter, but it seems like a very enthusiastic volunteer.
You, sir, should do perfectly. Please come up here.
He quickly makes his way around the seating and up onto the stage with you.
And as he's coming up on stage, I pull out a deck of cards. So, what I'm going to have you do, and I start shuffling the cards, is I'm going to have you pick a card, and then I I want you to show the rest of the audience what the card is, not me, and I will use my magic to correctly gauge which card you have pulled from the deck.
Oh, sounds pretty hard, but all right. And he like reaches over and just grabs a card real quickly and looks at it and turns and goes, "It's oh wait, you're not supposed to know." And he turns and
I'm not
shows it to
supposed
the
to know.
audience. Those of you paying attention would see that it is an 8 of diamonds.
Now, and she closes her eyes and makes a big deal out of like concentrating hard, putting 2 fingers up to her temple. I can see it. Your card, it's calling to me. Did you by chance pull the 8 of diamonds?
His jaw drops open and he just stares at you in astonishment. How did you? That's amazing! And everyone in the crowd is like standing, clapping, cheering at this point. And he's still just like standing there, agape, just in bewilderment at this simplest of card tricks that you've pulled off.
I let out a light laugh. Oh, my friend, as I reach over and take the card back. A magician never reveals her secrets. And I just flip the card and put it back in the deck. Thank you very much.
He like raises his hands in like a celebration because he got to be up on the stage with the grand illusionist Hoodney, and turns and then runs back down to his seat. As this is going on, being in the lower parts of the ship, Zorbus, you begin to feel as the waves start to pick up, rocking the ship a little bit more, further worsening the growing seasickness that you already had started building up.
Then I believe we're nearing the end of the show, so how about one last trick? And I will need one more audience member to come and help me. And I scan the crowd, and my eyes land on Valendir?
Valendir, that's me.
I don't know your name, I was just asking you how to pronounce it.
Oh yeah, that's me, Valendir.
I point over towards the human guard. You, sir, could you come up and give me a hand, please?
I approach reluctantly, but I still approach.
And I produce a curtain from a little pouch that's just looks like a plain silk curtain.
As Valendir is making his way up towards the stage, and as you watch Hoodney prepare for this last piece of their performance, Takar, you feel as a few raindrops fall on the bare skin of your arms, and you look up as you can see that the sails are starting to pick up a bit more wind, as the dark clouds that were covering the sun have grown even darker still.
This doesn't look good.
Luna, the temperature where you're at has gone from a very comfortable, temperate temperature to much, much chillier, as the wind up at the heights here is even stronger than down below on the deck. And a few gusts even have you like struggling to keep your balance sitting atop the main mast.
I'll migrate my way down. So I guess I'll just head down and go back to the kitchen. I'm out of steak anyways.
Okay.
I'm getting hungry again.
So while the show is going on, you kind of slip past everybody who is enjoying the spectacle on the main deck, and quickly make your way into the kitchen, finding it completely void of occupants.
So many free snacks. Let's go. Yeah, Luna's gonna just load up
All
on
right.
all of the meat.
You just have like your shirt, and you're just like throwing pieces of meat.
I'm gonna throw
into
them in
it,
my
and-
cloak pockets.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing
Got
beats a
me
good nothing beats a good pocket steak.
Yeah,
Everyone's got to
exactly.
have pocket steak.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw some steak in my pockets, and I guess now's a good time to go check in on Zorbus and see if he's less ugly.
Oh, good call, good call.
Yeah.
So you leave the
yeah.
kitchen, making your way back up one flight of stairs to the hall with all the rooms on it. Unfortunately, when you get there, you realize, oh, I don't know what room he's in.
Knocking on all the doors.
There it is.
So as you begin methodically, are you going down one side and then coming back down the other, or are you like knocking on one, going to the other side, knocking
Very
on the other?
chaotically, one and the other.
So no order, just
one to the side, like
Roll-
one on the right, one on the left, one on the right,
roll a
one on the
d20
left.
for me.
Okay.
Just the d20. You don't need to add anything to it.
Got me a 5, baby.
Hey, in this situation, lower was better. As the
okay.
fifth door you choose to knock on, Zorbus, you hear a light knock at the door.
You may enter, mortal.
It's me again, your fellow short friend. How you feeling, buddy? Are you feeling any less ugly, or how you doing? I saw you fall from the sky. That was a little scary. Are you okay? How you doing?
From the sky?
Yeah, I was just sitting up on the top of the mast, having a little snacky. I also have some more if you would like some. It's raw steak. Don't know your preference. And yeah, you just came crashing down into the sea. It was wild.
Zorb like looks at his hands, looks back at Luna. Master of Malice, this isn't a dream.
Not normally this ugly.
Mistress Mother of Magic, what have you done to me? And like, he puts his hands to his face and like weeps a little, as he's now accepted that this is actually real life and not just a dream.
In asterisks, it just says, weeps tastefully.
Zorbus, do you want to describe to me what you normally see yourself as? How you normally look in your eyes?
Beautiful.
Right.
Your mortal mind couldn't comprehend the beauty.
Okay. Where'd you say you're from again?
Here
The
we go
celestial
again.
plane of Dweomer.
Oh shit.
Oh. So, are you like a celestial being? Are we talking what are you?
Bear, did we actually come up with an official title other than just what I came up with?
I don't know all the technical celestial beings in D&D, so I was like, I could start listing things.
There's a lot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't know.
A celestial being would be very close to what your character claims to be. So,
Okay, because I don't know. Remember if we came up with like an official like title other than Zorpus and Aurier from the celestial plane of Dweoberheart.
no, that's pretty much your title. But yeah.
So you are a celestial being in your mind?
No, not in my mind, mortal.
Okay.
I
well,
am.
That's fine. Okay. Okay. Well, are you injured at all other than being ugly? It's like a lifelong injury, but
No, I'm not injured.
okay. Do you want to go get some snacks? You feeling any better? I'm trying to be nice. I'm making an attempt at being a nicer person.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Zorvis looks around. Kind of like he's starting to feel like you notice like his like sorrow is not turning into anger, but more like his realization is starting to sit in on like what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Snacks make me feel better. Okay,
I need
well,
snacks, mortal. I need time to figure out how I'm gonna get back to the celestial plane of Doyoma.
see that. Since you're not hurt, that's really all I cared about. I'm a head out. I'm a head out. You have fun, Zorby. I'll catch you on the flip
Zorvis.
side. Zorby.
The name
yep.
is Zorvis Adar Ruier.
Right, that's a lot of letters. Zorby is your new nickname. Nice to meet you. I'm
The
Luna.
name is Zorvis Adar Ruier.
Yeah,
From
we're
the
besties now.
celestial plane of
Yeah.
Doyoma.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Let me know if you need to find the snacks later. I know the kitchen crew, so. All right.
I know the kitchen crew.
No guy.
I know a guy.
Oh, it's me.
It's me. I steal.
I am the guy.
I steal all the snacks.
Oh, I
I
love it.
might be greatly hurting our rations. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You just didn't know there was a tab. You have to put it on a tab.
I'm not even supposed to be on this boat. I don't even sleep in a room. I don't know what you want from me.
They didn't tell me where the said ledger was.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
All right. Meanwhile, back on top of the deck, as you approach, what's your name again? I'm sorry, Zephyr. I'll get these eventually.
Valendir.
Valendir, as you kind of step up onto the raised platform, acting as the stage for this ship, you and you both at the same time kind of get like a chill as a very cool breeze sweeps across the top of the deck, and you both feel a few drops of rain. Valendir kind of making you regret the rest of the guard duty you're going to have to take, and Kennever making you want to get this last trick over with so that you can get out of the rain.
Exactly. So as he was coming up on stage, I explained to the crowd that that our friend here is going to help me teleport myself to the astral plane and then back again. So
A chorus of oohs and ahs come from the crowd as you explain this. Like, even one person's like, "Oh, come on, that's not even possible."
I just smile at that in the direction of that voice. We'll see. And I explain that I'm going to need them to do a countdown. And I'm going to have Valendir hold up the curtain and then drop it on 3 when the crowd says 3. And I will be gone. And they'll just have to find out the rest. And Valendir, as you come up on the ship, or on the stage, in your mind, you hear, "Do a good job with this trick, darling, and I'll let you help me with a more private performance once we're back on land." And just wink at you.
I'll help you with the trick, but I'm definitely not interested in that. I promise you. But I will help you with this trick, though you are quite beautiful. In fact, If I was looking, I would say that you were pretty good looking. But I'm flattered. In fact, in layman's terms, you're quite beautifully sexy, but we're not gonna go there.
Are you saying this out loud, or are you just thinking
You know,
this?
he's whispering this.
We're doing the telepathy, the mind. The
Well, I
mind.
can't hear you back.
okay.
You
I
can't hear me
can't hear
back.
you
can
back, so
only
you're
hear-
just thinking all this.
So you're sitting here thinking all of this while she's just still preparing for the trick that she's about to pull off. And
No, this is what I'm thinking. This one. God damn. I'm good though. Go ahead.
So, I hand you the curtain, and it's one of those curtains where you can just, like, you can see the silhouette of the person behind it. And I just say, all right, count us down.
are they counting down or are they counting up to 3? I'm just making sure.
Up,
Okay,
excuse
gotcha.
me.
All right. So the crowd starts into a very non-unison count of like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3. And on 3.
He drops the curtain, and she's gone.
Just to make sure, Deer, do you drop the curtain on 3? Or are you still thinking this monologue in your head?
He's still talking. They keep talking to me. Oh, am I? Oh, you're talking to me. You said Valendir.
Oh, I'm
my
Sasha. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm Sasha.
God. Shit. Yeah, no, I dropped it on 3, of
all right.
course. Yeah.
You had me worried for a second. I'm
Like-
not gonna lie.
Sorry, I was kind of blanking. I didn't know for sure if you were talking to me, and then you did say Valentir. That's my name. That
So
is correct.
your heart also jumps for a second. Kennever, as like he doesn't drop it immediately. There's like 3, and then he's like, "Oh shit!" and then like lets go of it, and it drops onto the stage, and Kennever is nowhere to be seen.
Whoa. That took a interesting turn. I guess it happened. What was supposed to happen? So
And
very
then,
cool. Very cool.
as you're like stammering and being flustered on stage, the dove flies down and lands next to you, and it appears as though she starts to speak with my voice. Very well done, everyone. Now, as you can see, I am no longer here, but thankfully, I have a bond that I am able to speak to you through. And the dove is like gesturing with its wings as like very showmanship like. And I wish you could see what it's like up here. It's so beautiful. But I'm afraid our show must come to an end. So I need you, Valendir, to pick that curtain back up and just cover my bird friend here with it. And everyone is going to count down from 3 to 1, and I will reappear. Are you ready?
I pick up the curtain
Okay.
and I start raising it enough to potentially cover a human form and the bird at the same time.
All right. You're like raising it just a little bit higher just to be sure.
Yes. Humanoid, sorry.
And again, in a very very sporadic countdown. They count down from 3 to 1, and on 1,
I release.
the curtain
This time.
drops. The curtain drops,
And
and
the dove is still there.
I feel like something's wrong.
And then, what's your name again, John?
The car.
Takar, from next to you, you hear, why don't we try that again? And you look over and she's sitting in the seat next to you.
And everyone like turns around hearing the voice, and this like thunderous round of applause begins to go off as people stand, giving you a standing ovation for your performance. And as you take your bow to accept the applause gracefully, you headed down, correct, Luna?
Yeah, sure. Wherever Zorbus's room is.
Oh, right.
A1.
I panicked for half a second thinking you were still on the main mast, because as you take your bow
Yeah.
to accept the applause, a giant bolt of lightning strikes into the main mast, snapping it off at the middle, causing the main mast to tilt and fall over as another large wave bashes into the side of the ship, causing it to lose balance. The top of the deck right now is in sheer panic. Meanwhile, down below, as you are just going to leave Zorbus's room, Luna, you're suddenly like thrown backwards, slamming into Zorbus, knocking both of you into the wall on the other side of his bed, as the whole ship has kind of shifted to this 45-degree angle to the side.
Damn, sorry. Ass too fat. What the hell's going on? I would probably go up to the top and go see what's going on. I'm a flying creature. I do not want to be trapped inside.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And because you can fly, it makes the ascent much easier, as the boat is still like shifting back and forth from these like 45-degree angles one side to the other. And if you were walking in the hallway, it would just be throwing you side to side, as it is doing to everyone on the main deck at this point in time, and to you, Zorbus, you are now being thrown back and forth in this small room, just like slamming into the wall, then back into the bed. I need everyone to go ahead and make me either dexterity saving throws or strength saving throws. Your choice.
Oh dear.
Rolling a d20 for that, right?
Yes, D20, and then you'll add either your dexterity saving or your strength saving score to that.
Okay.
I got a 14.
14?
Yep.
You want us to just go around and say them, or are we doing?
Yeah, just go around and say them.
I got a 19.
Okay?
21.
All right.
I got an 8.
8. Oof. And was there one more?
Did Gibby say what he got?
I didn't.
Oh, I said natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Oh, let's go.
So you are just right now hanging on to the side of your bed as tightly as you possibly can, Zorbus, as these waves are just like throwing you back and forth on the bottom of this ship. Luna, you're doing your best to not like crash in with your shoulder to the sides of the wall and the doors of these rooms as you make your way flying towards the top of the deck of the ship. Meanwhile, on the top deck of the ship, Valendir, you are able to kind of just like grab on to a nearby door frame next to the stage that you were standing on, kind of bracing yourself up against it as these waves spray seawater over the sides of the boat, just splashing you, making it very, very hard to see anything, but nonetheless you're able to hang on. Takar, you kind of reach down, grabbing a length of rope next to you, and quickly just like wrapping it around one of your arms, holding you in place. And as you get yourself sturdied, you glance back over your shoulder just in time to see as another wave comes up and hits the side of the boat. You see as Kennever is lifted from her feet and begins to head towards the railing of the ship, and you manage to reach out and just grab onto her belt, holding the both of you in place with your 21. as the waves continue crashing into the side of the ship, as the wind continues to pick up. Everyone is screaming and shouting. You watch as some people are unable to hold on. They end up falling over the side of the railing or are sliding back and forth across the main deck of the ship. You see as the front mast begins to kind of bend, and you hear the sounds of cracking wood as the strong winds continue to pick up, and the rain has now become this torrential downpour, making it even harder and harder to see. Eventually, a wave large enough comes up from the side, and as steering has become next to impossible in these stormy conditions, the boat is unable to turn to hit the wave at the correct angle, and the boat slowly topples and rolls into the sea, taking everyone, either throwing them into the sea or pulling them into the sea with them. And right there, we're going to take a short little break. Everyone can go to the restroom, grab something to drink, and we'll be back here in like 5-10 minutes.
Holy crapola. Lot of chaos, lot madness. I love it.
We will see what happens to our adventurers when we return.
Let's get this bread.
Hey everybody, I'm Zephyr Scar. I hope you're enjoying this episode. I just wanted to say thank you for watching up to this point, and make sure to go follow me on my Twitch and Zephyr Scar and all my other socials. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you for your support.
Hey guys, hope you guys are really enjoying the episode. I know we had a lot of fun making it. Quick reminder, if you guys want to catch us live, see all this happen in real time, you can come catch us on twitch.tv/bearwithus every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Hope to see you guys there. All right. And we're back. As the storm continues rolling through, waves crashing over the now sinking ship, Luna, though able to make it out from underneath and out through the door leading back onto the top deck of the ship, as you make your way out, you're continuously kind of thrown into different obstacles by the wind. The rain is making it impossible to see, and that combined with your light stature and the speed of the winds right now, you find flying to be nearly impossible for you, as you're kind of swept off to the side of the ship and find yourself desperately trying to reach air as you are thrown into the ocean. Zorbus, as you are still trapped underneath in your room, your room has slowly begun to start to fill. That was a terrible sentence structure. Your room is slowly filling with water, via a large gash in the side of the room across the hall.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna keep describing stuff. My bad. Zorbus would probably start making his way up, so he does just like up to the deck.
You're gonna attempt to try to get out of the room, which is like you're like upside down at this point. Like the room is flipped, so you're gonna try to like swim up and use the doors as your floor. Is that your plan? Am I understanding that?
Yes.
Okay. So as you swim up and you pull yourself up, kind of like I said, using the doors to the room as basically a floor for yourself. I need you to go ahead and make me a strength saving throw as you get closer to the exit here, and water is just pouring in through this open door.
That's a 13.
13. You manage to kind of like, you trudge through it for a while, and then eventually are forced to just like grab onto door handles, the sides of the door frames, making your way up to the stairs, grabbing onto the railing, pulling yourself up the, well, more pulling yourself down the stairs as everything is flipped right now, and managing to kind of emerge yourself into the water here. And as you look out, instead of seeing sky or rain or something you were expecting, you are looking towards the vast emptiness of the open sea.
Do I see like other people, or just, as far as I can tell, I'm the only one that
Go
meets
ahead.
him?
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception. That's a 18.
18.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking around, you can see a few individuals swimming, trying to get to the surface. Others having much less luck and being pulled by different currents towards the bottom of the sea. All around you is just utter chaos. And as you are kind of being thrown around by this ship that is still tumbling beneath the waves, it's really hard to make out any sort of details.
Could I see like any land or anything to like I can swim towards?
Any sort of land? No.
No.
I got thrown into the water too, you said, right, Bear?
Correct.
Can I see him in the water, or am I more like surface and he's below?
You are definitely much higher up in the water than him. Are you specifically looking for Zorbus as you knew he was behind you, or are you just looking around, making a general check around to see who else is around you at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Okay.
And do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay, perfect.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check.
I would assume you do.
I'm pretty sure I do. I do. Yeah. Yeah, within 60 feet of me. Okay.
Also, while I'm thinking about it, I would say this is a situation where your echolocation feature probably would not work under the sea.
That's fair. Yeah. It's water.
Middle of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, also the thunder.
Yeah, that too,
Oof.
you know.
All right, got a solid 11.
An 11, similar to Zorbus, just even less so detailed. You can see figures, some going up, some going further into the sea. However, at the moment, you personally are more towards the surface of the sea and are able every once in a while to catch gasps of air as you like kind of pull yourself up. But looking around you underneath the ocean, you do not see anything. Valandir, as this ship is toppled over on top of itself, your foot snags on a length of rope wrapping around and holding you from being able to swim away. That, mixed with the heavy armor that you're wearing, is making it very, very difficult to accomplish anything at the moment. What would you like to do?
I'd like to cast divine. I'd like to channel my divinity and use my peerless athletes.
Perfect. Okay.
It just says it's a bonus action. It doesn't say to roll.
Nope. It just automatically does it. So
Okay.
you now have advantage on your athletics checks. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. And how long does that last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. This
Yeah,
could this could be a
gives me quite a
lifesaver.
bit of time to get out
Oh,
of
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to take out my longsword and attempt to slash at whatever the length of the rope is that I could see. Not necessarily try to cut myself free, but hopefully like slash through the water and try to cut the length.
Sure.
Even if I have a little bit left on my foot, I'm not too worried about it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with disadvantage, as you are under the water currently drowning. Also, while you were making that, could I get everybody's Constitution scores, please?
Our save throws?
No. Just
No,
your
just
your
flat
score.
scores.
Your
Okay.
score plus 1 is how long you can hold your breath.
15.
I'm 16.
16.
Okay, so would be. I'm sorry, your modifier is not your score. That's my bad.
+3.
+3. Okay, so 4 minutes,
+1.
2 minutes,
+1.
2 minutes,
I'm
Plus
+3.
4 minutes.
And shoot.
So 3 minutes. All right. Just kind of keep that in mind. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but we'll see what happens.
And he said to roll my attack.
Yep, with disadvantage. So roll 2 d20s and then take the lower number. Oh, wait, hold up. How many are you rolling?
I accidentally rolled my d8. I thought that would.
Oh,
for attack,
okay,
I took
okay.
my longsword.
Damn, how did you get the same number? That
Well, I got a 20 and then a 2.
yeah. So with
Good- said roll
disadvantage makes it a 2, but with your plus to hit, what is that? You are swinging at a length of rope, so
With my plus to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I see that?
On your character sheet, it would be like hit/DC.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I'm not seeing that actually.
or it would be your strength
Oh,
plus
oh,
your
6.
proficiency.
It's plus 6, so 8.
8 total. That will hit a length of rope. So,
Very
but it is a glancing blow on the rope. So
Oh,
go ahead.
Jesus.
So go ahead and roll damage for your longsword. So a D8 plus your strength, and then
Strength modifier.
strength modifier. Thank you. Good clarification. And then it'll be half of that damage.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
So what? 2.5 then? So I rolled a
you
nat
always,
1.
Oh, good point. We always round down, no matter the
Well,
situation.
Nat 1 on the damage.
So it would. It would be 5 points of damage. It'll be 2 because you round down because you can't have halves. So, 2 points of damage. So you manage to like splinter the rope a little bit, like it's now like frayed, and you can feel it like start to give a little bit, but it's still kind of holding you in place. We'll get back to you in just a second. Takar, you find yourself in a similar situation to Valandir, as you find yourself also tangled within a mess of a bit of rope. As the ship toppled, you were unable to further hang on to Kennever, as you are, obviously trying to make your own self-preparations for this scene in which you've caught yourself in.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm tangled up in a bunch of rope.
Yep.
Gonna pull out my hand axe and start cutting away at the rope.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll against the rope with disadvantage.
$11.
Yes, that'll hit. Sorry. I don't know why I just had to check. I just looked at it a little bit ago.
Gotta make sure that we're feeling on edge.
Pause for dramatic effect.
For 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. You swing down and the axe like severely frays the rope enough to the point where with a strong tug you snap the rest of it that's holding on to you, and you are now free to swim.
I am swimming out from underneath this ship and
Good.
getting away from it.
Good call. Do you have any sort of swimming speed or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, so you're at half speed, so 30. Well, you used your action to cut the rope, so you can get 15 feet. You're like nearing the railing at this point on
Is
the
it
ship.
still 15 if I have 25? Or 35 for a walking speed?
Yeah, because you round down.
Yeah, because you round down.
Okay.
So, we'll give you 20 in this situation. I'm feeling generous.
Okay.
It's session 1, you know. And last but not least, Kennever, though not trapped or bound down by any sort of ropes, you as well have found yourself on the top side, now underside of this massive entertainment vessel. Obviously unable to breathe at the moment, and struggling to find a way out of this situation. Right next to you, maybe 15, 20 feet away, without even need to check, you can still see the large dwarven man who had assisted you in keeping you on the ship, only to then have his efforts nullified by the ship toppling over on top of you.
He said he's 15 feet away from me?
Yes.
Okay, well, as my action, I'm going to dismiss my familiar because I don't want her to drown.
Okay, sure.
And, am I underneath the ship still, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the top deck is now the bottom of the ship because it's flipped over and is sinking to the bottom of the sea. So,
and like is in danger of pulling, like hitting
correct.
us and
If you stay on the top deck of the ship, you will be pushed to the bottom of the sea.
I want to avoid that, so I'm going to try to swim out from under the ship.
All right. Do you have any sort of swimming speed?
I do not. I will only get 15 feet because I
All
used
right.
my action.
Sounds good. Back to Luna. As you are kind of scanning the surface, looking for anything that might assist you in this situation, you can hear a few shouts and yells coming from not too far away, even with all of the thunder rolling, the harsh winds, so you know it has to be close by. As you scan around across the surface, being tossed around by these huge waves, but still managing to stay afloat, you can see a few figures in kind of a large rowboat at this point in time that, fortunately, when the ship had flipped, landed upright in the sea instead of being pulled under with it. It appears as though they've swam there, made their way into the rowboat, and are now just yelling for other survivors and trying to row out of a storm.
How far boat?
It's hard to see, but you would guess maybe like 20, 30 feet away. It would have to be for you to be able to hear them this clearly with everything going on, but the rain and the waves are just making it impossible to see.
Right. Okay. And my walking speed is... I don't remember. A memento. I don't remember.
You're good.
Bear, can you check your
Yep,
Discord
I did.
real quick?
I did.
Okay.
My base is 25 for walking. So that's low.
Yeah, I gave we'll still do 15. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll try and make my way towards the boat. I feel like that makes sense.
Okay, sure.
I'll swim my way over there.
Sounds good. You begin swimming, and as you do, you're kind of like blindly just reaching for, grasping for any sort of solid structure. And as you do, your hand like bumps into the side of something hard, and you feel a hand reach over and grab onto you, pulling you up into the ship. And very muffled over the wind and rain and thunder and everything going around, you just hear a voice of the man that you know to be Captain Morrison. Just, "Are you all right?
I'm
Is there anyone else near you?"
near me. There's just a lot of chaos happening. There's a lot of people in the water. I know that Sorbus was in the room last time I saw him. He's probably under somewhere. I don't know what happened to everyone else.
The gnome is the least of my concerns right now. Have you seen
Same.
anybody else?
No.
Try to keep looking. You two, keep rowing. We have to move out of this. And two other individuals within the boat begin, I mean, pointlessly rowing at this point. They're not getting anywhere, but what's your insight like?
Mine is +4.
+4. You can tell by like the look on Captain Morrison's face. He knows that this is not going to accomplish anything really, but it's more of a, if I give them something to do, maybe I can keep their hopes alive for now. Okay, so that ends your turn. Zorbus. As you make your way out the door at the top of the stairs, you are now like completely and fully submerged within the sea at this point in time. Looking around you, you can see that the ship is sinking, and unless you move out of the way of it, is going to pull you down with it.
I guess I'm gonna swim out of it or away from it if I can.
Okay. Do you have any sort of swim speed?
Would my character sheet specifically say that? Because if not,
It
no.
would.
It would.
So. Okay, then if you want to use your action and your movement speed, you can get 30 feet this round, which would get you out from underneath the ship and like started towards the surface.
Would 15 feet get me out from under the ship at least?
From where you are with the, yeah, I would say it would, with coming out of the door there leading, yeah.
I want to do my 15 feet first, and I'm gonna pull out my bottle of Boundless Coffee and cast light on it.
Oh.
Okay.
So that way people can, like, someone can see me, or...
You can see.
Well, I have dark vision. But that way, like, other people on the surface can see me or anything.
You want it to serve as kind of a beacon.
Yeah, more, yeah.
All right. Which brings us back to Valandir. So the rope is still just kind of hanging onto your ankle at this point, making it impossible to move, as you've kind of reached the end of its length, and it seems to be secured or caught under something on the ship.
I'd like to go back in and try another slash at it.
Absolutely.
Just loosen me.
Ayo.
Okay. So, with disadvantage. Wait, what? Never mind. I did that wrong.
No, it rolled 2 of them.
But it added them. Oh, so 4 and a
You
6.
would just take the
So
lower.
yeah, so 4 and a
So
6.
4. Yeah, okay, derp. Forgive me.
You're
So
good.
4.
No worries, man.
No, you're
This is a
good.
stressful situation.
I'm stressing out. So
to hit, so 10 then. 10 to hit.
Yes, that will hit. Let's go ahead and roll
Sick.
your longsword damage. Damage.
5.
Much better. Plus your strength.
Oh shit, you're right. So 9.
9 points of damage. As with the second swing at it, you just slice the rest of the way through the rope, and you feel as the once taut feeling on your leg is just gone, and you are now free to swim.
Can I see anybody around me?
Go ahead and make a perception check. And I don't believe you have dark vision, so this will be at disadvantage. Let's go. It really wanted you to have an 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so plus your perception?
Which is 0.
Okay, so an 18. Looking around from where you're at, about 60 feet from you towards the other side of the ship, you can see a person in a very elegant robe and what appears to be a large dwarf swimming, making their way out from under the ship. It's at this moment that you realize the issue you had thought of before with your heavy armor weighing you down, and I need you to make an athletics check to try to swim with your chainmail on.
$19 plus 6, so we got 25.
Oh, this is light work for you. You're like swimming with armor. What's everybody's problem with this? As you very easily continue to swim, keeping yourself up, even though you have this heavy armor weighing you down. What a beast!
I would like to swim towards the dwarf.
Oh, and you should have made that with advantage. Actually, don't let me forget that.
Right, because
Yeah.
you use
Yeah.
channel divinity.
Your
I
channel divinity.
didn't want to question it because we are underwater too. I didn't want to.
It's okay to question me.
He forgets sometimes. It's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I
Listen
do.
here, DM. I mean, the gods. The gods, I have advantage.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
I'm
Well, that's a very bad idea.
That was actually really good underwater talk. Anytime I have to speak Aquan in this campaign, you're doing it. I'm sorry. You said you were heading where?
I would like to head towards the dwarf.
Towards the dwarf. Very well. And you
He said
begin-
he's about 60 feet away.
Yes, and you can get 15 feet this round.
Got to make sure my buddy's safe.
Okay, very well. Speaking of your buddy, the car, just swimming.
Just swimming.
All right, not looking around or anything, just heading for the surface.
Nope.
All right, perfect. You can get another 30 feet this round.
Sounds good.
Or wait, or did I say you got 20 feet last? So
You
40.
said I got 20.
You know what? 30 kind of works out in the wash.
Yeah.
So you get 30 feet this round, and that's all you're doing.
Yep.
Okay, and Kennever.
I am also trying to swim out and up.
All right, very well. 30 feet for you as well. Luna, as you
Yeah.
kind of look around with everything going on, being tossed around by these waves, you see down in the water below you, impossible to tell how far, but you can see as there is now this bright light shining below you in the water.
Okay. For it. Why not? I'm gonna save a homie.
Okay, you're
Someone's
gonna dive
alive
back in?
and little light. Yeah, why not? I got good strength and dex. Why not?
As you like,
But- Take a gallant dive off the side of the boat with these strong acrobatic skills I got. Let me
hell
tell
yeah!
you.
All right. As you turn and dive into the water, Captain Morrison, like you hear him right before you enter the water, just like, "What in the hells are you?" And then you hit the water and submerge into the sea. About 20 feet below you now, you can see this bright light, but seeing anything else around it in this pitch darkness is very hard, as though the light is providing you a location, it's not exactly making it easy to see around you.
Okay, I'm just gonna head straight for it.
Okay. At this time, Zorbus, you see as the bat-like mortal, as you would put it, from before, has now like swam down and approached you and is like offering a hand to help you back towards the surface.
Zorbus like reaches for the hand.
Okay, you guys are able to, you're able to grasp their hand, and go ahead and give me, both of you, athletics checks, with advantage, as you are assisting each other to swim out from underneath the sea.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
so
What check?
athletics.
Athletics.
So just roll d20 twice.
Yes,
Yep.
and then you'll take the higher number.
Okay, so first one's 15. Woohoo, we're sticking with the 15 plus 4.
There
Okay.
you go.
I got a 14 minus 1, 13.
All right. So, you like. No, yeah, Zorbus would definitely see it this way. As you grasp onto the hand, you suddenly feel like, much stronger, as you know that a mortal couldn't be providing this much assistance, and so you just think to yourself that you have reached this second wind of energy as you just start cupping water and pulling yourself towards the surface. Inversely, Luna, your swim becomes much harder, as you now have the full weight of this gnome, which admittedly isn't much. However, with you also being
It
a
is
very
soaking
small
wet.
person, and this being swimming, you are swimming with everything you have to pull the both of you back up to the surface.
I expected nothing less.
The end result is still the same, however, as both of you reach the surface and are able to start breathing oxygen once more, as Captain Morrison reaches over the side and, with help of one of the other people in the boat, begins helping you on.
Thank you so much, Captain. I'm so wet. So wet.
He looks at you like he wants to say something, but then is like, I don't have time for this. Like looking at the rain, the sea, the situation, being like, wet. Okay. At this point in time, Valandir, are you just continuing to make your way towards your dwarven friend? You can see that they are slowly making their way up towards the surface.
No, instead I will like to look around further. I see that they are fine and secured in their journey up to the surface. So I would like to make sure that there's nobody else down here before I make my ascent.
Okay, go ahead and give me another perception check with disadvantage, unfortunately, because you don't have dark vision. 18 again. Or, oh, wait, never mind. Disadvantage.
Yeah, looking at
Damn,
you.
I got excited for you.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'm blind as a bat, dude.
An 8, you don't see or hear anyone around you. It's just crashing waves and darkness.
Got dark vision. I have advantage.
Since I can't see anybody else, I think I'll make my way up.
All right, I do need another athletics check, but you do have advantage because of your channel divinity.
Two 18s. What?
What is with all these 18s? Oh my god.
I never seen roll 20
looking-
roll this good.
We're looking
know,
at 24 as a total.
After the 2 you rolled, I was gonna ask you if you had any dice at home that you could use, because I was like, roll 20 is infamous for screwing people over, but now I'm like, maybe it likes Zephyr.
Yeah, it does seem to like certain people.
Everybody likes Zephyr.
True.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
They made a TV show about me.
So
Opposite of everybody hates Raymond.
everybody loves Zephyr. So that's a 24 then?
Yes.
Total? Yeah. No, you just, again, with ease, just start swimming your way towards the surface. As you reach the top, you can see a large rowboat being illuminated by some sort of bright source of light at this point in time, maybe 20 feet away from you at this point. But it would take the rest of your movement to get up, so while you can see the rowboat, you can't quite get there yet.
I'll make my ascent to the surface first, catch my breath, and then assess from there.
Okay, sounds good. Car, on this round, using your movement, you are able to make it to the surface, and as well, though about 40 feet further, so 60 feet in total, away, you can see this rowboat being illuminated by a bright light.
Start heading in that direction.
Okay, and you can make it like another few feet forward. Kennever, as you make your approach and are able to finally catch a breath of air when you reach the surface as well, you as well can see this rowboat that is being illuminated.
I mean, I'll head towards there if I have any movement left, but I don't think I do.
Over the next few minutes, the rowboat does its best at navigating towards people. Those of you that can see it swimming over and being assisted by either Captain Morrison or a very surprisingly strong bat person that you had met earlier, kind of pulling people up into the boat out of the water.
I don't think I've actually met her yet.
I will say when Takar gets to the rowboat, he like ties a rope to a spot on the boat, ties it around himself, and then dives back down underwater to see if he can find people.
Okay. Just diving back down, no, just looking around in the darkness. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
18.
18. Looking around, you don't see anyone nearby, or at least close enough that you can see them through this inky darkness of the sea. Especially with the torrential downpour above and the waves and fierce currents right now, making it even harder and impairing your vision even more.
All right.
You make your way back up then?
Yeah, he goes back into the boat, but he keeps an eye out underneath the water
Okay.
as best he can.
As you pull yourself back into the boat, all of you are now in this rowboat together with Captain Morrison and a couple people you may vaguely recognize as being members of the crew, but definitely like not like on a first name basis or anything with them. What's everybody doing?
I'll make my way to the rowboats.
I think we're all in the rowboat.
Yeah. I had
We got picked up. We're
yeah.
good. We're good.
Everyone,
I knew
He
that.
assumed that we didn't want to just drown.
Is the steak in my pocket still good?
It's a little soggy, but yeah, it's there. Extra juices.
Nice. I'm a munch.
Salted.
I'm a
Extra
munch.
salted.
Yeah.
So in the midst of
Job
all of
well
this,
done.
in the midst
Yeah.
of all of this chaos, she like pulls Valandir up into the ship, which is very impressive as he's wearing chainmail, he's soaking wet, and he's much larger than her. She reaches down, pulls him up into the boat, and like with one arm, and as he's like just getting in, she's like already pulling out a piece of steak out of her pocket and eating it with the other arm. And as you kind of like pop the last piece of this pocket steak into your mouth, Captain Morrison just yells, "Brace!" And you see as this massive wave comes over the top, slamming down on top of the ship, or on top of this boat that you're in, excuse me. And all of you fall into the world of darkness.
Yeah.
And that's the campaign. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for coming, everybody.
We can drop characters now, right? We're all dead. Okay.
Okay.
You're not really sure how much time has passed, or what exactly the last moments that you saw were. You remember a large wave crashing down on top of the rowboat, and after that, simply darkness. Maybe a few moments of panic here and there. Would everybody make me a Constitution saving throw, please? Don't worry, this is not for you dying.
This is a death saving throw, just so you know.
I got a dirty 20.
18.
10.
19 plus 22.
6.
All right. Luna, you spit up some water, coughing, and as you open your eyes and begin to look around, the sun, especially for you, is very, very bright at this moment. You kind of quickly reach back, grabbing your hood and pulling it up, and as you're like looking around at the area around you, you see a few trees here and there and a lot of sand, as you appear to have washed up on the shore of a beach.
Do I see anyone else around me?
As you take in your surroundings, not too far away from you, you see the gnome that you know as Zorbus, currently
Get away.
lying motionless on the beach, maybe like 15-20 feet away from you. And to the other side, you can see the Dragonborn lady who you had saw put on a performance.
On the other side, you said?
Yes, on the other side of you.
Okay. I mean, because my flying's like 40 feet, can I check on both of them? Or no? Just
Oh yeah, you're not in combat right now. So
Okay.
speed generally just comes in combat situations. So
Okay.
if you would like to check on both of them, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll check on both of them.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Oh, no. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Who do you go to first?
The Dragonborn, I guess.
Okay.
I rolled a 16 and my medicine's +4, so 20.
Hey. Okay. Yeah. She is alive, breathing kind of sporadically, just appears to be unconscious at the moment. Definitely physically shaken by the events of, well, you're not quite sure how long it's been.
Okay. Do I need to roll again for
Yeah.
the gnome?
For good old Zorbus.
I got 8 + 4, 12.
12. As you're examining him, he seems very, very motionless, and you're not even sure he's breathing until he coughs and sputters up water, and kind of sits up in a frantic, looking around.
Yeah, I guess just ask him what he remembers. If he can help with the Dragonborn lady who's not awake yet. I'm not trained in medicine. Help me.
Zorbus looks around. This has to be a dream.
Get over yourself. This isn't a dream. I need assistance.
Zorbus looks around, kind of like snapping out of it. What do you need assistance with, mortal?
Dragon Lady's breathing kind of weird. Can you just come help me? Make sure she's cool. Maybe wake her up. So we can figure something out because we seem stranded.
And there's no, I don't see, there's no, is there anybody else around or is it just us three?
Just the three of you.
Okay.
While you figure that out, I'll be right back. Sorry, I gotta run them real quick.
Wait, God's not here. Alter your stats.
God's not here. Cool, this -1 in strength is gonna be the death of me.
I feel you on that one.
I have a +4. We'll be good.
I also have a -1 in strength.
Oh, Lord.
We're casters. We're not.
That's fair.
Yeah, strength was my dump stat.
Same.
My dumb stat was charisma. Can you not tell?
No, I really can't.
Not really, honestly.
Just don't make me lie.
That's fair.
Keep that in mind.
So what are you doing?
Alright.
Go ahead. I did my part.
Zorbus walks up to it. Walks up to the Dragonborn. Or not Dragonborn, sorry.
Yeah.
No, Dragonborn, okay, yeah.
That's what she is.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking it was Zephyr for a second.
Dragonborn.
The Dragonborn. I thought I was gonna say human. I was like, no, glad I didn't correct myself. He's gonna cast Prestidigitation just to like make a smell to see if that'll like wake her up.
Okay, so like a terrible stench type situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. I could have farted in her face, my dude.
Yeah, you smell it instantaneously, Luna, as he makes this gesture with his hand, and then this very smelly of smells apparates in the area
And
around.
like, it's gonna be like the most like disgusting thing you've ever smelled because he doesn't really care. He thinks this is like the worst situation ever, so everyone's got to suffer now.
Alright, you got this. I'm gonna head out.
I respect the hustle. Yeah, Keniver, you wake up to one of the worst stenches you've smelled in your life, which is impressive considering some of the situations you've found yourself in the past.
Nice. Yeah, I think right now she's just sort of dazed and confused. So I'm gonna look around, see what I can see.
Oh, thank God you're alive. I didn't want to have to eat you.
I didn't want to have to eat you. There was no option if you were dead.
No,
Yeah.
there's an option.
It's meat on a beach. I'm not gonna let it go to waste.
Meat on a beach.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get out of the sun, I think, and maybe
Okay.
walk around and look for more people. Like
Okay.
maybe get off if there's like trees and stuff around. Maybe go towards the tree line and like keep walking
Yeah,
around this little island.
For sure. While this is happening, Valandir and Takar, you both kind of aroused, also sputtering up water and kind of looking around, taking in your situation, finding yourselves to apparently be on a beach somewhere. A few trees around, but the most obvious thing here is the large remains of your once entertainment vessel, beached maybe 40, 50 feet away from you, and you immediately come to the realization of like, wow, that could have killed me. As if the water wasn't bad enough.
We looked out again, my friend. We lucked out
Well,
again.
Shit.
That is right. Shit. Our situation is shit. We gotta find our friends or other people. Like, that was kind of mad. That was kind of wild. Like, I'm happy to be alive, but damn, that was a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Should we get our whatever belongings we can see and then possibly just walk down the beach? Maybe we could find somebody.
Yeah, we should probably start looking for other survivors.
All right, let's make off. Out, off.
Hey, yo.
To our friends. We must go.
I don't really know anybody else, but all right.
Well, they're our friends now. They talk to us.
I don't.
Is that how
One time,
I don't think that's how it works. But
that weirdly strong bat pulled me into a boat, man. I'll never forget her.
That bat, though. That bat dough. Anyways, we must make off to our friends. They are our friends. They liked you more than me, but that's okay.
sure, buddy. Sure.
As you guys stand, Valandir, your longsword is on the beach, maybe 30 feet from where you are. Your gear still with you for the most part. The only thing the two of you are missing is any sort of rations or anything like that you had with you would have either been lost or are dampened to the point of inedibleness. I don't even know if that's a word, but fuck it.
I think you're looking for inedibility.
Inedible.
It's
They're just
inedible.
They're
An
inedible.
enemy.
It's inedibility. Isn't that what Mr.
It's actually been swapped out for an enemy. That's all you have with you now.
That's what Smith said to Mr. Anderson. It's inedible. Okay.
Do you guys take off? Do you guys head towards the ship or away from the ship?
Quickly, I adjust my chainmail, and you can see, as I roll down the sleeve of one of my chainmail, you can see a band-like tattoo around my forearm, which I usually keep covered up.
I'm gonna start walking over in the direction of the ship.
And I'm gonna follow him. I was just getting my chainmail back on.
Oh man.
Maybe I like flexing my cool tats here and there.
It was just the way. The response.
I forgot to mention it as I got up off. I was off the
No,
beat.
you're good. You're good.
Am I?
I'm just
Trust me, people are loving this.
I'm just imagining Valandir like holds his arm out like extra dramatically, making sure that he can get a look at it, and he like looks at him kind of funny, and then Takar just walks towards the ship like, what is he doing? Valandir slowly looks back towards the camera, breaking the fourth wall, but as you guys make your way to the ship, you do along the way hear like some voices, some people talking with each other. Doesn't seem to be like any sort of confrontation, just definitely a bit of panic in their voices. You do recognize one of the voices to be Captain Morrison.
Captain Morrison's alive. Well, that's good. He can maybe guide us and help us figure out what to do. I approach Captain Morrison.
Okay. As you guys continue down the beach, you kind of come around the turn of where the beach kind of slopes up into a bit of a hill, and as you come around the side of it, you can see Captain Morrison is sitting there, like on one knee. Looks like somebody's been fairly injured. He's like applied a splint to their left leg, and is currently just has like a wet cloth and is trying to cool them off by wiping sweat off their forehead with it.
So, Captain, I know you have a lot going on right now.
He kind of jumps.
Christ.
He kind of jumps with the start as he like turns, reaching for his sword that isn't there anymore. And oh, Jesus, Philandir.
Sorry to bug you. I know you have a lot going on. We are still getting paid for this, right?
He stares at you for a few moments. Check the ship and see if there's anything still useful on it.
Aye, aye, Captain.
It's a car. You're in charge.
Right.
About this time.
Give directions.
About this time, Luna, you would stumble upon the giant ship that is now beached. It's maybe 150 feet from where you guys were beached up, but it was just on the other side of a rise. But as you come to the top of the rise, you can see down below you there is the ship, and along with the ship, you can see on the other side of it, as this rise is tall enough, that there is Captain Morrison tending to somebody, and you can see the dwarf and the human who you had met on the ship making their way towards the broken remains of the ship.
I'm gonna go check out the ship.
All right. You kind of just fly down. Good.
I figured I'd meet them halfway.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And they can report back, since it seems like they already met with them.
As you guys are approaching, you can hear the descent of something and look up to see the very strong bat figure from your whole ordeal with the rowboat come and land down on the beach next to you.
No, bat person, you're still here.
I am the one that saved you. So yeah, I'm here.
Well, you know, there was the whole fucking wave thing with the
Yeah.
rowboat.
Minor inconvenience. Have you guys checked the boat yet, or?
We were just instructed to do so.
Okay.
Or I was supposed to be given orders apparently from Takar here, but he has yet to give me any instruction. So I remain vigil and I stand here until I'm given instruction. I'm a doer.
Go
when
check
I'm told to
the
do.
boat.
Thank you. I make my way to the boat.
Jesus Christ.
Takar, do you know what was happening over there with Cap'n?
I patching somebody up.
Potential food. All right, let's go check the boat.
Excuse me?
Nothing. Let's go check the boat for potential food.
What did she say? I almost heard it.
We're gonna go check the boat for potential food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make investigation checks, everyone who is checking the boat.
Okay.
Jesus.
It's okay, we sent the intelligent crew
Stranded
here.
Normal people. Hey, my
So-
intelligence isn't that bad.
I got a 5.
Let's go.
Got a 3.
Oh, Jesus. I got an 18.
Hey,
So-
something in the double digits.
So not only is Takar giving the instructions on what and where to look for things, he's also then coming in behind you and finding all the things that you missed.
To be fair, I'm only looking for food. Everything else is irrelevant.
fair enough,
to
which you
me.
do find some of. However, with the amount that you had taken and then lost on your person in the wave, mixed with the fact that the ship is now like split into 3 different pieces and is just like resting very precariously on this beach, there isn't a whole lot of food left. You figure, depending on how many people you have, there's maybe enough for a day or 2. At least food that isn't spoiled or ruined from becoming soaked.
I'm gonna take it.
All right. As far as supplies, you find various amounts of rope and different canvases, stuff that you figure you could probably use for setting up some sort of tent encampment, and a near unlimited supply of wood from the ship. Otherwise, a lot has been lost to the sea.
I'll start carrying some of the wood back
Okay.
towards the tree line and stuff, like off the beach, out of the sunlight.
Towards Captain Morrison?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. The other 2 who have been beached here, Kennever and Zorbus, what are you guys doing?
Well, we saw Luna go. Actually, I don't know who she is yet. We saw the bat person go over the ridge and not come back, so I'm gonna head that way.
Makes sense.
I said later.
Like, oh, you're alive. Sweet. Deuces.
Bye.
I can't eat you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Never said that.
Zorbus?
Jarvis, you're muted.
My bad. I was laughing. I was
That was my
laughing too
chance!
hard. I was laughing too hard, and I needed to be muted. I guess Zorbus is just gonna follow for now.
Okay. You guys make your way up to the top of the ridge, and similar to what was described before, you look down, seeing the wreckage of the ship you were on, and you now see the 3 individuals that you would recognize, the dwarf, the human, and the bat person, all making their way back towards Captain Morrison and the wounded crew member with a various assortment of supplies.
Gonna try and climb down the ridge since we can't fly.
Yeah, no, it gently slopes on one side, and you're able
Okay,
to
perfect.
easily make your way down. You arrive just after the other 3 set the supplies they were able to scrounge up from the ship on the ground, and Captain Morrison kind of stands up from tending to the wounded crew member and just kind of looks around at everybody. Is this it?
This is all we
We
have.
haven't exactly explored the whole island, but
I could
Yeah.
have. I will whistle and call Bianca and say I could have her do a fly around the island and see if there's anything immediately visible.
How long is that gonna take?
Depends
how-
on how large the island is.
How detailed is it gonna be?
As long as you're willing to not let anything happen to me, I can describe it exactly as she sees it.
I believe that does only work up to 500 feet, though.
Let me double check.
Which, if that is the case, you would know that. So,
Blah blah blah. As an action, you can see through it. It doesn't outright say that, but it's like the next sentence after it's saying like within 100 feet you can communicate with it telepathically. So I'm gonna assume you're right.
let me look at this. I want to see exactly how it's worded. All right. Gain the service of familiar. Blah blah blah. I would say that has to be within that 100 feet.
Okay.
Just because it does mention the distance, it doesn't specify it for the actual seeing. I think
Right,
it's just going to be easier in the long run to just stick
That's
with
what I
the
figured.
100-foot range on it. So,
Well, I can have her see what's within 100 feet of us, and then I will be able to see it.
that was better than nothing. Gives us a chance to get started on some sort of a camp around here, I guess. Actually, see if she can spot a better place to set up.
All right, and I'm going to sit cross-legged on the ground, and my eyes are just going to glaze over, and I'm going to just have her start flying around looking for stuff.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check.
Not my strongest suit, but we'll see what happens.
Do you use your perception, or do you use the creature's?
I hope to God I use mine.
I just know it mentioned something about the special senses thing.
Let's double check. I think if she had dark vision, I would still have dark vision.
Gotcha.
Is what that means.
Gotcha. Makes sense to me.
I mean, if you'll let me use it, it's one higher than mine is.
Their perception?
Yeah.
I really want to say that's what it is.
Okay.
So-
I'm totally down for that.
Check again.
Oh no, it's +3 actually.
I would say you use it because your senses, you're deaf and blind. You're using its ability to hear and see and see things. So I would say you use its abilities.
All right. What's a 5 get us?
So you're not able to determine like whether or not a place would be better or worse to set up camp anywhere around. However, you are able to find within that distance around you that there are a few more survivors down the beach, like just maybe 300-400 feet, because it's only your familiar can only go 100 feet, but they can still see out further. So like maybe 300-400 feet down the beach from where you guys are at right now, there does appear to be some more survivors of various health situations.
So when I see them, like still with eyes glazed over, just looking straight ahead, there are some more survivors about 300 or 400 feet that way. And I point in that direction.
Should we send a search party?
Some
Maybe.
of them are pretty.
Maybe like a
Got
search
me.
duo. We are a party right now.
I say let them find us.
Some of them don't appear to. Well, no, I can't hear you. Never mind.
Maybe I can do what I can. I have some ability with mending
Grab your
wounds.
things. Let's go. It just starts walking down the beach.
So who's
I
going?
follow along.
So Valandir
Can-
and Takar. Anyone else going?
Can I just separately kind of do my own scan of the area for a good place to set up camp?
Sure.
Because I have a flying speed of 5 feet.
Sure, go ahead. You can fly up and look around.
Okay, do I need to do like a perception?
Perception check.
I got a 16 plus 2, 18.
18.
Much better.
Flying up to the top of the ridge where you were, and then kind of getting even higher above that, getting a little bit of a better look from what you can see. You can see where trees start to thicken on the island, and right before the trees start to get very close to each other, there appears to be like a small clearing area, not too far away from the sea, but also high enough that you think if you were to put up some sort of a flag or symbol, or if you had a means of making a beacon, then perhaps if someone was searching for you, that would make a good place to set up camp.
Okay, yeah, I'll report back. And since I'm a pretty independent being, I'll let them know, and then I'll just start moving shit up there to set up camp.
Okay, yeah. With your strength score, not a problem. You just start moving the supplies. Captain Morrison's like, what well, okay. When you get back, you like fly away. He's like sitting there kind of impatiently when you come back for another load. Hey, while you're here, when you come back, could you help me on one of these trips, carry this guy up there? I don't think I should carry him alone. And he sure as hell ain't walking up there.
Yes. I'll help.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Valandir and Takar, you guys find in total 10 more survivors. 2 of them are nursing one an arm injury, and the other is another person with a leg injury. The severity of it is hard to tell, but you can tell it's causing enough pain to where it's noticeable. But they are very grateful to be seeing other people alive, and none of them having any sort of experience in this type of situation. All of them having been passengers aboard an entertainment vessel, having paid good coin to be there. You get the feeling that none of them have much in the way of survival skills, as they are all just kind of looking at you with these pleading looks of, please tell us what to do.
I would like to assess the injured and see what I can do for them.
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
8.
An 8. Their leg is hurt. Go ahead and make another medicine check for the one with the hurt arm.
Please be a natural 20.
Another 8.
Damn it.
You think that this one, it might actually be like the forearm might be broken, but you're not sure. There's a bit of bone sticking out, but you're just not quite sure if that's actually the issue or not.
I'd like to go up to this individual and place my hand on their shoulder and let them know everything's going to be okay.
They like wince in pain as you touch their arm. And they're like, okay,
Touch everyone.
I don't believe you, but I'm glad you have a positive attitude.
I rip off a piece of their clothing.
Okay. You know, that's still
Bear with
not...
me.
I'm here.
Still not great.
Bear with me.
Thought you were gonna say their arms, so we're better than where I thought we were.
Yeah, that's where my head went to. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna
just
rip
rip
off
off
the rest
their
of their
arm.
arm and be like, there,
Rip it
that
off.
doesn't hurt.
Can't hurt if it's not there.
This can't hurt you anymore. I assess their clothing and I see that there is an excess amount of cloth. For example, I'm assuming they have like a cloth shirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I rip off just a chunk of it, enough to make a bandage. And I grab them by the arms.
God.
They wince again.
I grab them by the arms and I tell them, this is gonna hurt.
It already does.
And then I grab their forearms and I try my best to the bone back into place. The bone back into place. You said there's bones sticking out, correct?
Yeah, I did.
I
did say that.
Should I make like a performance check or something to like
not perform? What are you? Are you
I don't know what
pretending? Are you pretending you know what you're doing?
I'm gonna try my yeah, kind of.
Go ahead and make a medicine check. How about
Yeah,
about
kind of.
that?
I did a solid 4.
Oh my!
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Just give me something to work with.
So you yank on their forearm, trying to pull it into place, and you hear this snapping sound, and they like look at you and like try to scream, and their eyes just roll back and they just fall over onto the beach.
Perfect. Okay.
What
Now,
did you do?
now I would like to cast Cure Wounds on this individual.
That you've totally 100% accurately reset their arm into place,
Yes,
as it's like hanging there limply now.
100%.
Go ahead.
All right,
Yeah,
Gilroy Lockhart.
go ahead and roll for it.
I may waste a spell slot for this, but it's gonna be worth it if I can do it.
I should have taken the bat person.
I'm supposed to roll a accuracy thing first, right? Like a
No,
D20?
no. So
No.
for cure wounds, it's just you lay your hands on them and you cast the spell.
5. 5.
A D8 plus your
Plus my modifier.
your charisma
Yeah.
is a 5. Okay.
Yeah.
You place your
I roll a
hands.
2.
You place your hands on the spot where the wounds are the worst, and watch as they the arm begins to glow for a second, growing warm, and then you watch as the arm kind of just like slowly, as it was like kind of elongated from where you tugged on it, like the skin and muscles pull it back together, and you think, maybe I should lead with that next time.
I just wanted to make sure the bone was somewhat in place before I started my healing. I apologize for your injury and your pain.
You say to the unconscious person on the beach.
Yeah.
I apologize. Oh,
He
yes.
he can't hear
It makes
you.
me feel better. It makes me feel better. Okay, let's look at everyone else. Is everyone else okay here?
Everyone at the same time. Yes, yeah, we're fine. No injuries. We're all good.
How about you?
Thank
Are
you
you
for
sure?
your assistance.
Are you
They're
sure?
fine.
Completely
They're
and totally.
fine.
Thank you for your help. I totally
Yes,
appreciate it. He seems to be doing better now. My leg actually miraculously, I think I could walk right now if I tried.
This man is bleeding from his head. Does he need help?
How about you just carry him back to the captain?
I could do that. So I make my way over to this gentleman, and I grab him straight, and I throw him over like that, and his took is right by my face, and I'm hauling my way down to the beach.
My God.
Love it. And which guy is that? Is the guy you fixed his arm or the or the
yeah.
injured leg?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
injured arm.
Pointed
Injured arm.
out was the guy who
Gotcha.
he fixed his arm.
Yeah, so the
Whatever-
unconscious
whatever
body,
guy-
the unconscious body just flops over your shoulder, and you make your way back towards Captain Morrison.
When they wake up, they're gonna look at a fresh arm, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, Zephyr, I love you so much."
I
mean,
look
Valandir.
at the rest of them. You help the dude with the bad lad walk. And follow me. He just turns and starts walking back to the captain.
You all make your way back to Captain Morrison, arriving to see none of the supplies you had brought from the ship there anymore. And at first are a bit alarmed as Captain Morrison is also not there, nor is the person with the broken leg. But as you kind of look up, you can see them about halfway up the rise, heading up this slope. You can see that the small bat creature is not prodding, but definitely like pushing the pace a little bit, and you get the idea that maybe they were in a bit of a hurry.
Maybe we should make our way up there.
Well, I'm certainly not going to sit down on the beach and enjoy a drink.
You know, your sarcasm today has really put me over the edge. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Whatever. Just whatever. Let's get going.
So, can we say that I broke the link and like started to move on my own power after I saw the bat dive back down?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I assumed that you had come out of it and you and Zorb had also, Zorbus, had also started up the hill as well. I'm sorry.
I would like to go see if I can find my bag in the ship.
Okay.
But then I will do that.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. 19 plus 7, 26.
Seems like anything useful, anything, any belongings has already been picked clean from the ship.
And we get a rip at the chats.
Take a few deep breaths. And just make sure my expression's neutral. And then head back up.
All right. A few minutes later, you have all arrived at this spot where all the supplies have newly been placed, as the Bat Lady has very kindly moved everything around for you guys and has begun the most simplest stages of setting up a camp. Is there anything specific you guys would like to do, or just go about setting up camp, making sure things are kind of in order?
I'd like to check the perimeter.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you walk around, making sure there's no sort of threat.
10.
10. Everything seems to be clear.
I'd like to find maybe a rock where I could sit down for a bit and still have like a decent vantage point. Maybe I could find a rock like that.
Sure. You find one kind of on your way back from your little perimeter walk that you're making, more towards the edge of this rise.
And that's where I shall sit and meditate and take in the scenario and await the next action.
Okay. Just kind of trying to clear your mind.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Remove all the insults I've heard today.
Spiritual cleansing.
Had I performed on this ship before?
This specific one? No.
Is the route somewhat familiar where I might be able to make some sort of check to try and figure out how far away from land we are?
I mean, you can make... The best you could do is make a guess that, granted that you showed up on one of the islands that are charted around here, you're no more than a day away, via a large ship, but
that relies on people knowing
you
that we're gone.
would have to, well, it relies on people knowing you're gone. It depends on how long you were unconscious for, floating freely in a boat or in the water, and it depends on if you hit one of the charted islands, or if you went past or landed on an island that just simply isn't known about.
Pretty
Hey,
bad.
Zorbit. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
That's pretty bad news overall, so I think I'll just keep that to myself.
Yeah.
Zorbus, are you able to cast that light spell at nighttime again? Maybe, or something similar, so we can try and do a signal. Get the hell off this island. Because I'm gonna get real hungry in the next day or two.
Zorbus grabs his stick and casts light and gives it. Like, here you go.
Okay, what the fuck? What do you want me to do with it? Okay, I guess I'll fly it up and just like put it on top of the, like, maybe the edge of the clearing or something on a tall tree.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Not a
Zorbus
problem.
is gonna walk over to Captain Morrison, though.
Okay. What can I do to help you?
Listen, Wardle, your inferior intellect cannot
Jesus fucking Christ.
has like no comparison to my divine brilliance.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to take charge now. I, Zorbus Adol Ruer, from the celestial plane of Dweomahart, grace you with my leadership.
All right, leader from Damerhart or whatever.
The
What's-
celestial plane of Dweomahart.
What's the next move?
Well, seeing as
Why don't you go sit under that tree, Your Highness? It's shadier there.
oh, sorry, are you mocking my godhood?
I would never, sir. It's just, the sun can get awfully intense on these islands, and I wouldn't want to mar your perfect skin.
This skin is not perfect right now. I don't know what happened to my beauty. Dare I say, this hideous body is not mine.
Well, perhaps you should give it back to whoever it belongs to, so long as the person it belongs to is any fucking where but here. Now, you can either put yourself under the tree in the shade, Your Majesty, or I can escort you there if you feel as though your life is being threatened in any sort of way. Regardless, the tree.
Zorvis gives him an ugly look.
Not hard for
Look.
him to do.
Well, I'm setting up camp.
And gives him a look and
Well, Zorbus is in timeout.
Dating?
Looking
What
through
to
his
do?
spells is what he can do.
I was looking through my spells.
I will go help the bat person set up camp so I can stop calling her the bat person.
Yeah, I'm just setting up tents and shit.
Okay. We can say at this point, while you guys are setting up everything, you make, I mean, not necessarily formal introductions, but you learn what to call each other.
Okay.
Sorb.
Do you go and sit under the tree?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I was debating if
Yeah.
Zorb would actually like attack this man or not. I was just like, gosh, I don't
We'd
know.
all
if
have
I
to
would-
put your character down, dude.
Yeah,
You're
you
attacking
would
our
actually
ally.
need a backup.
Morrison's actually like level 30 or something.
I mean, you say that as a joke.
He's
It's
in
happened before.
He's an imported character from Pathfinder. He has like plus 57 to everything.
Yep.
All right, so
Earl.
you go and find your spot under the shady tree while everyone else sets about
And
setting
he's
up
just
camp.
mumbling to himself, cursing all these mortals.
Oh yeah, you're very displeased about sitting under this shady tree, but sitting under it nonetheless.
Yes.
It does take you a few hours, but a few hours later, the camp has been set up to a functional standpoint. Those who are injured kind of staying in one area while the rest of you are not one area like they're quarantined, but they have a tent where they know where the injured are and they can go there and look after them. And then other various tents have been set up. With the amount of supplies you guys were able to get from the ship, you were able to set up 8 tents.
I'm asleep in a tree.
Perfect. But by the time you do finish the setting up camp, it has begun to grow dark outside.
Zorvis goes and claims the biggest tent he can find for himself.
Okay, you make your way to one of the few tents that you guys have here. Finding one that, after careful inspection, appears to be maybe inches bigger than the rest.
He finds the biggest tent and claims it.
So how do you go about claiming this tent? Like, by claiming it, do you mean you're just like walking over to it and going into it, or are you like making a big ordeal out of this?
Oh, he's gonna make a big ordeal.
Okay. So all of you are kind of sitting around the fire at this point, cooking some of the various foods that you had that were still okay, and you hear as the gnome clears his voice and begins to speak.
I had something for this. Hold on, I'm going through my notes.
Like, clears his throat, looks around at everybody. Everybody's looking back at him, then looking back at each other like, here we go.
Oh gosh, what's he on about?
That's what I'm thinking.
Captain
A
Morrison.
world of
go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
Go for it.
You're good.
Go for it. Okay. A world of undisturbed beauty. Mortals are foolish and ugly mistakes that stain the majesty of this cosmos. By eliminating all mortal creatures, we can restore its original splendor and reclaim this perfect creation.
In the middle of that
As
speech,
you
I'm going to
guys-
use minor illusion to make it sound like a cow is just mooing.
No.
Can I tell? Or do I just hear myself still?
I mean, you hear yourself talking, but you can also hear the mooing of a cow.
As you mortals are,
Mrrr.
Is that a cow?
as you mere mortals are experiencing.
Is there food in here?
I'm staring at the fire, just hiding my smirk.
Feel like he had this really good speech for us.
Zorvis is looking around, looking for the cow, hearing it's quiet, and he's gonna go on again. See that my divine brilliance is the only brilliance needed for this, as I have the
It's a steak right now.
as my godhood is perfection. I find it only right that I sleep in a tent pit. I find it only right that I sleep in a tent only worthy
Kennifer,
Only worthy of a god. He just goes in and zips it up.
just watching from the tree, like, Kennifer, stop. You're making me hungry.
Oh my god.
I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed that there was no cow.
Sorry.
I really thought he had a decent point as to why he should be having a good-sized tent.
He did.
Everyone sitting
It
at
was
this
not
fire
good.
right now turns and
All I could
looks
hear was
at
a
you.
cow.
When you say
That's all he
that
had?
he had a good point, everyone turns and looks at you, Valendir, and it's just like, what?
I was hoping for a good point. No, I didn't say he had a good point. I'm underwhelmed.
Oh.
I am underwhelmed.
Oh,
Everyone
okay,
looks
okay.
very relieved. And
Okay.
I'm underwhelmed. You guys, what? Are you still hearing cows? What is happening here?
Amazing. That might be the best use of minor image or minor illusion that I've ever had used in a campaign. That was amazing.
That's my bread and butter.
Screw distractions with that. That is its intended use.
Elliot, you should mark this down in the thing at the timestamp 3:35. I'm gonna.
I'll
Bear.
I'll put a marker on it.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
got
clip
it.
that. into character again.
Boom.
Oh
Added.
gosh, sometimes I feel like something comes over me. I black out for seconds at a time and come back, and it's like continuing back to what I was doing. It's so weird.
It's like we're in our first session.
Do you feel any different when these blackouts happen?
When these blackouts happen, I have no idea what's happening.
I'm
I
gonna-
can't. It's just.
I'm
It
gonna
just.
stop
Boom, it's like I'm
this
back
before
here.
we get too meta and too far gone.
This is actually the story that
So you guys
we're gonna
are,
take this further.
You guys are now that Zorb has made himself a home in a tent that nobody else wants, not because Zorb said no one else could be there, but because nobody wants to share a tent with Zorb. You
I'm
kind
really
of
tempted
sitting.
to go sleep in that tent just to piss him off.
You go. Everyone's sitting around the fire.
Funny.
Sitting around the fire right now, and it is finally peaceful as there are no more cows mooing, and Zorb is no longer giving a speech.
Thank goodness that rambling's over with.
I thought I talked a lot.
I thought I was on a high horse. God.
Kind of feel like you're on a pony now, huh?
I'm on a little tiny steed, little steer. Cutest little thing compared to that little thing.
We still talking about horses?
Yeah, let's continue. But, sorry, almighty talker in the sky. Let's continue our story.
I think he's just Captain Morris.
Yeah, that was just Captain
that was
Morrison.
just Captain Morrison, my dude.
Oh, fuck. It's the blackouts. The blackouts keep...
Are you alright?
I need to
Alright.
pay attention.
It's fine. He does this every now and
man.
again.
Captain
All right.
Morrison, kind of confused, just like stirs the fire a little bit.
Captain Morrison, it's my first session.
Luna's just gonna go hunt for some bugs. She's gonna leave.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell no. Okay, I got
That was a
4
turnaround.
Oh, the
Dude, I
mood
got a
on that
6.
changed so quickly.
got me a 6, baby.
A 6.
Yeah.
What did you roll? Just in case.
What? I rolled a 4 plus 2.
Yeah, 4 plus 2.
Okay.
You didn't. You're not familiar with this type of landscape. Islands aren't necessarily your hangout spot, and you just don't know any of the right places to look here yet. But even with the failure to find any, you do note a bunch of spots to not look for bugs. So something positive to take away. You know where to not look next time. As you, or I assume you return to camp, or not.
tree near camp, right
Okay.
over camp.
All right. So you can hear a discussion happening down below as Captain Morrison, as he's stirring the fire, just, well, I have no idea how long it's going to be till somebody can find us, or even if someone's looking for us at all. So I suppose first thing tomorrow morning we should probably start trying to get a layout of this place. Any of you good at scouting or foraging?
It's not my forte, but I'd be willing to give it a shot.
Well, it's better than a no.
I've never been in a situation like this, but I can see through the eyes of my bird, so that might be of some use.
Camp. So yeah, I can help, but dibs on the meat rations.
Oh, bad. I forgot to hit the loot button.
First session.
Yeah, we can hunt around for some food and stuff.
Just kind of getting a general idea of the place is honestly more what I'm concerned about, but food is definitely going to be important too.
I definitely think getting our bearings and knowing what exactly is on this island is our best key to survival.
I would agree.
That makes sense.
So, see you all in the morning then?
Works for me. Bright and early.
I wonder if our little celestial weird Zorb is gonna join us. Guess we'll find out.
Here's the hope when he dies in his sleep.
Cheers to that.
I'll
Just
drink to that.
Does one of us need to stay awake and like keep an eye out, or?
Probably wouldn't hurt. I suppose I can take first watch. If
Yeah.
that gnome snores, though.
I can take the later watch. I don't need more than a short rest.
Luna like yells down from the tree that she's in. Kind of surprises
I've been
everyone.
watching.
Oh
shit, you're here. We're just gonna assume you're always here from now on.
Yeah, good assumption.
Always
Just in your head,
watching.
Luna. In your head, Luna, you'd hear, "Thank you, darling."
Well, rest of you get some shut eye. I'll keep an eye out for tonight, and we'll go from there in the morning, I suppose.
Cheers to surviving a shipwreck.
We ain't survived it yet. But he raises his mug, and those of you toasting take a drink and head to bed for the night. About 2 hours into your night's rest, Takar and Valandir. I was doing so good. And Valandir. I would assume, since the two of you know each other, you probably would have shared a tent.
Oh.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Boy, if you don't.
I can't say anything.
Is that what they call it these days?
I think you're thinking of pitching a tent.
We're sharing a tent, huh?
Sir, that's a very erect tent you have. Them survival checks.
Woo!
Oh,
Okay.
by the way, John, out of character talk, we are officially a thing. I'm just kidding.
I want to clarify that was out of character first.
No, me and you, and then not Valandir, me and you.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yeah, my character's hetero, but you.
you've changed my mind.
I'll try.
Barbarian
it.
is just. Oh god.
Jesus.
Okay.
Jesus.
Would you have stayed in the same tent then?
For
Yeah,
the sake
I'm
of a
fine with
good
that.
story, I am down to say like we can go all broke back on us.
Oh.
It's gonna be
we're
great.
back. I thought we were done, but we're back. Just when I thought it was safe.
It's
Just
never
a-
safe.
We're just a couple of cowboys. Yeah, we're in the same tent.
All right, cool. A couple hours into your
I might
rest,
be regretting that.
The two of you are awoken by Captain Morrison stepping in, kind of shaking the two of you awake.
Whoa, what's going on?
Go round, quietly get the others up. We got something on the border of the camp.
Yes, absolutely. I make my way up.
Go ahead
Make
and
sure I
give
have
me-
my sword, and my shield.
Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Oh god. This is gonna be a rough one. (19+1).
And chainmail doesn't give any sort of disadvantages for stealth, does it?
It does, yep.
Okay.
Oh, so I should roll that again.
Yeah.
One
sorry.
sec. No, it's okay. 18+1.
Hey, let's go.
Let's fucking go. Let's go get our friends.
Right behind you.
And what was yours?
21.
21. So yeah, the two of you make your way around, waking everyone and gathering them. And as you guys all kind of meet out in the center of camp, Captain Morrison points out away from the edge, like further towards the trees. I've got at least 4 of them, but I don't know what the hell they are. They seem to just be watching.
Looking off in that direction, do I see anything?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
30-20.
You can see, like, just in the very low glow of the nearly burned out fire, you can see the reflection of 4 pairs of eyes staring out of the darkness.
Could I, with my echolocation, could I maybe see the shape of them? So I'm assuming there's nothing solid impeding our view.
There's nothing
Right.
solid.
Yeah.
You would be able to see everything clearly within 30 feet of you.
Mhm.
But you do know that it would definitely alert them that you know they're there.
Right. Oh, I forgot we added that.
Because it is a very, very loud screech.
Yeah.
But it is completely up to you.
But they're already seeing us, right? They're looking
It,
at us.
it appears as though they are watching you, yes.
I don't think stealth is on our side here, guys. We can go for a group vote here, but
Let's get in fighting positions just in case.
Wait, was Zorbus alerted to this, or did y'all just let him sleep because he's loud and annoying?
That is
I think we-
entirely up to you guys.
I think I woke up Zorb.
Okay.
I woke up Zorb. Oh yeah.
So yeah, you were woken up.
So Zorbus,
Is going to give us away immediately.
yeah.
I am immortal.
Well, hold
I'm
on.
immortal. You guys are mortals. Starts off.
I'm just looking at what spells I got really quick before I do anything stupid. That's not it. That's not what I want to do.
Maybe I didn't wake up Zorb.
Just
We
Yeah,
Is it too late to take it back?
Hold on, a quick retcon. He's asleep still.
I'm just looking at.
Would you
How
say
far
you
away
said
are
it's
they?
dark
You
out,
said-
right?
Yes, it is
40
dark.
feet?
Oh, but I say I have dark vision too, which is 60 feet. Can I see them?
Like I said, with the glow from the fire and stuff, you guys can see like the reflections of the eyes, but
Okay.
actually getting like a clear view of them, they're pretty obscured by underbrush and trees as they are trying to remain hidden.
Okay.
think
They're just
giving
not.
away our location is not important here. I think they see us and they're watching us, and I
You
would
could
like
try
to
to
know
scare
how
them
big
off.
they are.
I could try to scare them off.
Well, we don't know if they're mean yet. What if they're just curious little beans?
I'd like to take a step in front of the group, putting me closer to the enemy and between me and our allies, or my allies and the enemy. Just
He'll
at
stand-
least like just 5 feet in front.
Okay.
He'll stand in front of me. It's gonna block my echolocation.
I mean,
I
you're
kneel
still
down.
free, aren't you?
I kind of assumed you were up in the tree still.
Oh, okay, fair.
We don't really have a way of waking you up other than hitting the tree really hard.
Yeah. So there's no one there to tell you no.
Oh.
That is true.
As everyone is trying to make decisions as to what to do here, Zorbus proudly exits his tent.
Zorvis walks up to the group.
God, who woke him up?
Sorry.
Is it me?
Sorry.
I sometimes don't think about my actions.
That's
well,
fair.
Do I need? Would I have to wait for combat to cast to cast dark vision?
No. Nope.
All right, so I can clearly see the ice too, right? That like everyone's talking about.
Yep. As you make
And
your way
how-
out and where they're pointing to, sure.
And how far are they?
Like 60 feet away ish.
Dang. Okay, 60. That changes everything.
Oh wait, if they're 60 feet away, then that doesn't matter. I can't use echolocation.
Okay.
It's 30.
Okay.
Zorvis looks over at Valandir. You mortal, can you see?
I guess it depends what the gods allow me to see. But I can definitely look out and see what I can see.
Zorvis claps his hands together, starts like rubbing them together. I give you the gift of sight, and casts a dark vision on him.
Thank you. I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
God damn it.
Zorvis takes that back instantly.
No, all the obstacles are in my way again.
Oh, so you just have dark vision. So you have 60 feet of dark vision now because you're human. So I don't think you don't have dark vision, right?
No.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
Okay,
you just have
I
dark vision.
I look towards the brush towards the supposed aggressors.
You can see the same thing everyone else has been seeing now. Eyes kind of poking out from the underbrush.
Okay. And then in our 2 hours of rest, did that count as a short rest? Can I relieve one of my spell slots from mending a broken arm earlier?
Do you get those back at a short rest?
I believe so.
I thought it was a long rest, but
You know what? You're probably right.
it does count as a short rest. If anyone needs that,
Yeah, I'll fucking take it.
I was say that actually does something for
I mean-
wizards. I know.
I was gonna say, I get to reset. I get to recover my HP and apply healing with dice. Oh, never mind. That's at least 1 hour. No, nothing about like getting slots back or anything from short rests.
Could I?
Because I know like warlocks do, but
Mhm.
Yeah,
it'd be
I
like
guess
wizards.
everything else has been long rest. I get my
Okay.
sacred oath back, my channel divinity on a
oh
short
hey,
rest.
there you go though. That's
I think
that's
you
something.
can use Channel Divinity to get a spell slot back, if I remember right. I think that's something.
Yeah, yeah, that's one of my perks. But no, it's the harness divine power is what I can get back at a long rest. Yeah. Anywho,
That's all right. No worries.
we'll just call it.
We're still.
We'll just
learning.
call it. We'll just call it not taken back yet. We'll just do long rests.
Could
Or-
I just?
or-
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Or unless you want me to
So-
relieve it, I guess
so-
it's probably a decision we can make now and
So-
stick with long term.
So to get your spell slots back, it takes a long rest for a paladin.
Okay.
So you would still be down that one spell slot from
Sick.
when you cast it earlier.
Cool. Just keep in mind. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Ali.
Oh, can I just fly ahead and see if I can see him if I get closer?
Sure.
So
So
I have 40 feet.
you just take off flying towards them.
Also, so I'm not armored, and part of being a monk, my speed increases by 10 feet when I'm not wearing armor or wielding a shield. Does that apply to my flying or just my walking?
I think it's just your walking speed.
Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna just fly up 40 feet, close the distance.
Okay. So you fly 40 feet towards them.
I'm gonna still be in the
and-
tree line, yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to be stealthy about it? Or
No.
okay. Okay. So as Zorbus walks out of his tent and bestows this sight upon Valandir, you kind of take off out of the tree flying towards him. And as you do so, you watch as from a little bit closer to the camp, hiding almost right behind one of the tents, marred by or obscured by the angle in which you were looking, you find one of these creatures who is a little more well hidden, who turns and throws a net at you. And that is where we will pick up next week.
Damn.
So
Okay.
next week we'll be starting with some initiative.
Why did you have to be all aggressive? Like I could have just been like, "Yo, what's up, bitches?
That was aggressive! I just wanted to go see.
What are you guys doing over there?"
I still had to spell like
About
20 feet till I got to them.
Oh
I get-
man.
Now I'm like 35 feet away from you. That means 2 turns
What?
before I can get up to you.
My acrobatics is really good, so I'm fucking dive, baby, dive.
Okay. See, when I was
Dodge roll.
I was anticipating a fight on the beach, but now we're away from the ship, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, this is already turning into some cool twists and turns.
Yeah, no, I had stuff for if you guys stayed by the ship, but everybody saw the one battle map I had made next to the ship.
Yep.
So logical assumption that there would have been a fight next to the ship.
Shame.
But you guys
I
didn't
think
camp
anywhere,
next to the
it
ship.
just depends.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Keeping me on my toes already. I love it.
Chat, who's your least favorite character? Go ahead and drop it in the chat.
and
I'm just kidding. Don't
Who's
do
your
that.
least favorite character and why is it Zorbus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
here's how
That
you
is-
spell it. Here's how you spell it right there. Yeah.
Oh.
Zorb, the ego though, it's so awesome.
I love
it.
that you were the first person to put it in there, Gibby.
I had to beat him to it.
Gibby knew the character he was making going into this. This was talked about.
Awesome.
I,
Listen here,
Like you-
mortal.
Well, kudos to you, because
if I'm being completely honest, there's not a character that I don't like. Honestly, the characters
this
are
is
great. Zorbus is great. My NPCs may not appreciate him, but know that me as the DM, I love it. God complex characters are hilarious to me. So especially yours in the way of where they they don't have like a high strength score or something, and they're a very small gnome, and it's just like that's just funny to me.
we need to get a bot or something that just keeps track of the amount of the times you say your full name.
honestly,
real.
honestly. we need our own Tales from Hylem tracker that keeps stat tracker, keeps track of how
Yeah.
many natural ones and stuff. Well, I guess we'll have that because you're doing the PP pool, so
Yeah.
Mhm.
Aurora.
full of himself.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, I
That's the goal going into
absolutely
this.
Can only be played by Gibby.
earlier
It's
in
true.
chat I saw Fantasy put drinking game, take a drink every time Gibby's character introduces himself, and I was like, oof, that would be a rough one.
Yeah.
We'd
We have
be
a lot of
making-
drunk people.
We'd be making IRL con saves for sure.
Maybe we change that from shots to sips of beer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding. But yeah, no, good first session. Honestly, it went well.
Yeah,
I
that was
think
fun.
so. Hopefully everybody
Yeah.
enjoyed. Hopefully, audience. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. We will be live with this again next Monday at right. There's no Okay, cool.
Should be fun.
Next Monday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to about this time. Obviously, ending times they'll vary a few minutes here and there, but usually try to end around.
Take a drink every time
Mention
Allie's
steak.
character
You know,
eats, mentions food in general.
That would be more doable, though. You know, like I wouldn't.
If
be
it was
as
steak
drunk.
specifically, yeah.
If it's steaks, but anytime I'm just like food.
Talking about food, though, yeah, no. See,
That's way worse.
we have the anime character stereotypes on lock. We have the one that eats all the time. We have the God Complex character. Actually, you know what? We don't really have an. That's weird. We don't really have an edgy character.
We've got the class clown. I mean, yeah.
I kind of wanted
No,
to be edgy.
the edgy character's John. Don't even. He's just like
I guess he's
true.
kind of dark and brooding, but I
he
feel
just
like
leaves.
I feel like he's
Not like the edgy, like
Yeah.
Not really.
thoughtful, like
We don't have a Sasuke yet.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not
yeah.
really edgy so much as just an ass.
he's just the
he's
edgiest.
just blunt and honest.
Yeah, you know, that's
Mine
literally.
too. Our characters are gonna get along so well.
It depends on how honest we are with each other.
Very. I can't lie. I have a -2 on charisma. I can't lie.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm just not going to lie because I don't care.
What were you saying, Zephyr?
No, I was just gonna say I imagine my character as like a Sasuke. Now going into it, I'm definitely more of a Naruto. That's for sure.
yeah. Oh, that's
You're
funny.
the guy
though.
who was auditioning for Naruto and was cast as Sasuke and decided to change nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that though. Just goes to show sometimes you don't even know what type of character you're playing until you play.
Yeah, for real.
Like,
I
it
mean,
just
my
comes
story can
out.
be one thing, but my character can be another.
Oh, yeah,
maybe there's
100%.
maybe there's a dynamic. Maybe that could be like it's the paradoxical situation I have. Like I'm light and hearty, but I'm also like have a weird past.
Yeah, true.
Anywho,
Yeah, I guess people just have to tune in to find out.
Yeah.
people are gonna have to tune in to find out how weird it gets.
But no, that's for sure a thing. Like I was gonna say that as we get more into people's stories, we may find out some people are edgier than we at first thought. So, you know, like the edgy character just hasn't been revealed in episode 1.
Yep.
Exactly.
But that's okay.
They don't act like the edgy character.
This
They have the
is-
background. They just don't act like it.
Yeah. No, for session 1 with no session 0, a week of preparation time.
You know, that's
I
actually a
think
really
this
good
went
point.
really well, honestly. This was the first time we've played together as an
All
entire
things
group.
considered, this went fantastically.
Allie joined Tuesday. So, you know, like this went really well, I think. So,
I was digging it.
I'm excited to see what happens next on the island. So, welcome to episode 1 of the Changing Tides arc.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
So-
I can't wait.
Funny because the sea was calm and then there was a storm.
Yeah. This is true. Changing tides.
All right. On that note,
Get it?
everybody,
good.
thank you so much for coming and hanging out in the chat. Let me look at this real quick here. Polly, thank you for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Zephyr, thank you for the subs. And Bubbles, thank you for the follow.
I love Bubbles. Bubbles is my favorite.
Joshua, thank you for the follow. And the Chimps, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it, guys. Hopefully you guys will be here for the rest of the story.
Troops.
With that, we're gonna raid out here in just a second. I'll find somebody to raid into, but
Holy fuck, that was the last game I played, wasn't it?
I will kind of hit you guys with the outro here, and make sure you guys are staying safe. Don't forget to bear with each other, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye. Bye. Love you.